in your hair, get your boots on dear, cause we're going out there, don't care about the dress code, put it on, let's go, girls go wild, cause we're going out fresco, ha, no need to perform, hands on our bodies gonna keep us girls warm, we need social reform, cause we're just so criminal, linguist subliminal, damage is minimal, 4% our largest fraction, massive attraction, girl, action, stop that, I'm gonna need a reaction, drop that, you already got your reaction, me, I'm gonna keep on smiling, you're gonna need restyling, I got a quote back from the jeweler, you're getting 20% cooler. Yeah, own this beat, you can call me a king or a ruler, filling on bass, getting horse in the mic, we're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller, it's time to wrap this up, we're getting 20% cooler. 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 Reduce that trouble, there's an 8 or a 9 who think they're on my level like a rebel in a bunker, getting shot with a mortar. Bump up and down cause I think you're order. Place your hand on my thigh, don't be coy, I can hear you sigh. Grinding your hips, I'll be flashing my pink, and in 10 seconds flat, you'll be back with a drink. Whoa! Bring out the Bacardi! Sway and sparkle up in the body, tap that like a phone in a cold war room on the 3rd floor, knocking on my front door. Me, I'm kind of a rarity. You, word that dexterity. Lean back now, here's what I meant. Getting caught out like 20%. Yeah, own this beat. You can call me a king or a ruler, filling on bass, getting horse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler. 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 Yeah, own this beat. You can call me a king or a ruler, filling on bass, getting horse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler.
Good evening. Good evening. Does that work? Oh, it does. I set up a stream deck today. I'm very excited. Welcome to the 3rd Thunderdome. KUMO versus LIO. Oh, fucking hell. It's gonna... You know when you start doing something and you're like, oh, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it? I'm gonna deeply fucking regret this. No, it should be good. It should be good. I have hope. I have faith. I think it's going to be an interesting evening. I think it's going to be a fucking shit show, but it's going to be an interesting evening. How's everyone doing? We all excited? The Monstrous server, Beckett is just hosting streams, moderates. Yeah, like I got asked to come in and moderate for like the first one, and then KUMO asked me to moderate for this one, and the Dak asked me to moderate for that. Yeah, I just get asked to do things, okay? I don't fucking care. It's not an accountability thing, I don't fucking care. Welcome to Bloodsports. We're gonna get going in like 10 minutes. So I'll say this at the beginning. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. I will try and take little breaks as well for fucking like super chats and things. If you people have questions, we'll try and get to them. This will it'll be restated, but it'll run for about 2 hours. So we'll do that. I'm already so sad to go. There is something I wanted to show because I got a request in. I got a request in to show something, so I will be nice and show it. It was from LIO. That's fucking okay. Okay, where? Which one are you? You're that one. So we'll do you. I'll do that. So this is LIO's ad for this. Apparently, I don't know. Here we go. We'll watch it, and then you can all fucking... It's only 51 seconds, okay? Oh, thank you for the votes, Lauren. LIO's probably sad he can't spend Father's Day with his internet children anymore. Hey! Gonna get a lot of those.
Greetings, subjects. So sorry to interrupt this review, but I, Lord Frieza, will be handling the sponsorship today. Have you ever wanted to bathe in absolute decadence? Then look no further than batheinmymilk.com. They are the leading industry professionals in this field and have a variety of milks to choose from. Whole, skim, goat, oat, Zabon, almond, and even dolphin milk. They are mammal, after all. But if you have the discerning taste of a galactic overlord, you must go with lolcow milk, taken straight from their own lolcow teats. I cannot recommend it enough. Bathinmymilk.com, people. Support them. Or else. Greetings.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I feel like I blacked out for a little bit. That's always a good sign. Fuck. Everyone likes. Oh, Christ. Oh, fuck. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? Now is your time to get things. Get things out. No monkey milk. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fuck. Fucking yeah. Like okay. Fucking bestie. Type in chat. Bestie. Type in chat. Please. For me. That'd be great. Well, I'll undeafen.
Oh, he's deaf. Just kidding.
No, I'm back. I'm here. I'm good. I'm live.
Is your name Kumo?
I don't know. I just undeafened, and you said,
Where's my buns icon on the screen? You fuck, you traitor.
"Well, would I fucking? Is that what I need to add? Send it. You need to send it to me. Actually, send it to me, and I'll add it.
Here you go. Here you go. You traitor.
Okay. Give me a sec. I need to do this quickly. That's mod.
All right, already gonna place bets. Lyle will be at least 5 minutes late.
No, he'll be on time. He'll be here on the minute.
Hello.
Very pedantically.
Working. Placing bets. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, chat will win.
Chat always wins. Okay. Sarah exists on stream. No, you got a little icon. The other moderator. Congratulations.
There he is.
Hello.
There you are.
All right, I just got to audio balance real quick. Chat, is that okay? I have my dick in my hand, and I'm waiting for the Lion Man. How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, magical.
Just got off work. Very fun.
I just set up a stream deck. I'm super happy. I've got little like pictures on it. Does GIFs. Makes me super happy.
You gonna add sound effects too?
No, God no. Like I'm not gonna fucking. Okay, I'm not selling out completely. I've always been very anti soundboard. But
I fucking love soundboards, man. They're funny.
They're a crutch. They're a crutch, Kumo.
Mon, how could you turn off my soundboards, you fuck?
Fucking crutch. Yeah, that's why I don't do TTS or anything else.
I think soundboards are pretty funny.
Yeah, I get bitched at constantly for not having them.
I think if you use them correctly, they're fine. I think I don't know. I don't really apply to this like arbitrary like standard that people are like, we can't do that because someone said that's cringe.
Oh no, I personally think they're really cringe. I fucking hate them. I hate them when I hear them in streams. That's why. Like I get bitched at. Like, why wouldn't you add TTS back at? I'm like, because every time I watch someone stream and I see like have little fucking pop-ups of people like speaking because they gave like $2, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Even I have my limits. I fucking hate that shit. Or when people give themselves applause. Oh my god, I did a funny, guys. Clap, clap, clap. Fuck these people. They're fucking talentless hacks.
Yeah.
That's me alienating half the streamers I know. I'm gonna get bitched over that. It's a real angry DMs about that shit.
Soundboards are good for like. I think soundboards are good for like fucking cricket noises if you can read the room and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know. Oh my god, why is it just looping the same fucking artists? YouTube does not shuffle. Alright. Hold on, let me keep up with my chat. Hey guys, by the way, give me money. I know my mods are in the chat. Can you guys do my shills for me? Pretty pleasey, lemon squeezy. Give me money.
See,
My
Lio's
Ko-Fi is in the description. You guys, but I recommend more than anything that you guys just buy my merch. So like, if you're giving me money, you're getting something back.
Lio's already gonna have to buy you a game too.
Oh, is he?
Well, remember that was part of the deal.
Oh yeah.
He has to buy you Buckshot Roulette.
Oh yeah, because I
Well,
said I'll play that with you. I will play that
That
with you
is a
guys.
good game, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Whenever
I
the fuck the
wasted it.
multiplayer comes out, like they posted, was it an update
Yeah.
where I guess it's like each person has their own shotgun or something? So I mean, we'll see how that
Mhm.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll try to get 32 people together, everyone. So
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be one of those 32 people.
yes.
It was Hey, I forgot. I forgot who said this. Is Neff a fucking banned topic?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
I don't
Pedantry
believe
is the only
any...
band thing.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I just think I think you guys will thank me later for requesting to ban pedantry because it's just so fucking annoying. All it does is derail.
I don't know what that is. So.
Pedantry is if I say something and then you focus on the particular details and derail the discussion.
Actually,
Really annoying.
Actually,
Shut up, Beckett. Shut up, Beckett.
Yeah, exactly, that's pedantry. Actually, nobody likes a pedant.
Just really quick, I want to thank my chat mods, Oscar and Nerf, for being super great at text chat mods. I don't know what you guys have done today, but thank you.
Asuka and North?
Yep.
What an unlikely duo.
yeah, like what the fuck?
I don't know what they've
What
done today,
timeline
but
is
thank
this?
Hey, did you hear back from Pizza about us getting Nerf in call with him? In a debate
Actually, I think I forgot to ask. I'll be
Oh, no
honest.
biggie.
I'll ask.
Nerf
We'll
is
ask.
kind of like our pet retard, but we don't really get to choose. Like, Enla just kind of lets him stay, and we're like, why? He's so annoying.
Remind me at the end of the call, and I will ask.
Based, okay.
Oh, I completely forgot you had.
We just
fucking
kind of
Gilded
we
versus
kind of just want to
Westron as a
throw
thing
him in the
later.
fucking pit with him for being so annoying. We don't even care about their beef.
All right, it's time.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I told you. No, I placed bets earlier. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And then I'm also.
Oh, how long
is it gonna take him? He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up in here.
Whoever in the chat sends him a free pizza this time because somebody did that last time.
No, don't send him pizzas. Donate to my Ko-Fi. The nigga's fat as fuck. I need the food more. I mean, you've heard him you've heard him talk about me being homeless like it's a joke. So I mean, give me the money.
Yeah, donate to KUMO. If Lio calls KUMO homeless, you have to donate to KUMO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's convinced everyone I'm homeless. So I mean, why not give to the poor guys? He doesn't need it.
Oh, don't donate to Thunderdome, please. Donate to, I don't know.
Donate to KUMO.
Donate to KUMO, Rebecca.
Young talent. Oh yeah, and Beckett. Don't skip out on Beckett.
Yes, buddy. Yes, all super chats. It's all going back like Stream Deck, new camera. Okay, so I reinvest. I reinvest.
I've already been accused.
And if you
of making money off of
donate to
this.
Beckett out of spite because you hate me, just know sometimes Beckett gives me money. So
Fuck, don't tell him that.
sometimes Beckett gives me stuff, or he'll like donate to my streams. Be careful.
Well, that I don't care about, but I've already been accused of making money off of Thunderdome. I don't need to make money off
How?
of
That is so retarded. Is it anyone from my crowd? I'll bully them.
No, it was actually in Gilded's server, but it was
Oh, okay.
it was one of Gilded's pet retards.
Yeah, he was
Okay,
like,
yeah.
"Oh,
I
Monstrous
know,
is like the
I
other
know,
half
make
of
it
Cope and
happy.
Seethe," and I was,
Yeah,
we were like, "What?"
How you had her on like
Cope and
once?
Seethe, apparently.
You literally owned Thunderdome. That's Cope and Seethe's thing. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, fucking what?
Never
I mean,
mind.
hey.
Never mind that I invited Beckett to be
True.
other.
I'm gonna laugh the day that
Two
Beckett,
monsters
everyone's
is-
saying that you own fucking now recording.
Actually, fucking
Beckett's gonna
Brianna
be like the only
Brianna Wu
motherfucker
said
from
that.
comes-
No,
my
Brianna
God,
Wu
based.
unironically was like, yeah, I was on Beckett's podcast now recording. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, was it
Becket's like
Cecil's
the
in
only
your-
person I met from now recording that's like that I actually have added.
Cecil's in your chat saying, "Here, are we doing a 40K stream?" I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can if you want.
that was last night.
You can also share cat pictures too. Cat pictures are great.
Yeah, we got a good mix.
Oh, Lio's here. I was right. Sorry. There you go.
What?
Lio is here, and he was here on time, just like I said he would be. So, Sarah,
damn
you
it.
owe me money.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh, is he in the call?
Prove it. Prove it.
And in fact, he was here at 2 o'clock, right on the dot.
Prove it.
Ooh,
It's every fucking
special.
time. He
Should've
thinks
left time
it
for
thinks
me.
it makes him look cool.
Dox your cats? All right. Well, just message me. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me.
Her cat's been on stream. Cat was on
my
my
cat
stream.
has been on stream actually. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Let me. Hold on. Here you go, Beckett. Take this and put it on stream
Jesus fucking Christ.
for.
Oh my God, this is
Let's see, so
when I got home. This is what my orange boy did. Here you go.
You have a ginger cat?
I do.
Okay, I dislike you a little bit less.
I have multiple cats, unfortunately. There you go. Give that for the stream.
okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna replace you for a second with your cat. There you go. Cat's on stream.
Lio's
Let's
in the
fucking
chat,
go.
y'all. So
Showing
just-
pussy for
yeah.
real.
Gilded says to sell Thunderdome merch. I don't know what I'd sell, but I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'm definitely making fucking not I won merch after this.
There you go. There's the boy. All right.
It's the
Ready.
boy.
Yeah, it's on Beckett's stream right now.
Yeah, I'm changing it back to
Before
you,
we
Sarah.
get started, we have a sponsor to shout out. Beckett, go ahead.
I've already done it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He did it.
Oh,
He did it
well,
already.
did we already talk about our latest registrant for register for bathemymilk.com?
Yeah, wait, no, I don't know if we did.
We didn't do that.
What was the latest
Oh,
register?
Our Sasu Frasu is our latest register for bathemymilk.com. Thank you, Sasu Frasu, for registering at bathemymilk.com.
Jesus
The
Christ,
fuck?
it's gonna be one of
You're
those.
so welcome. Go ahead. Okay, where we're starting off at?
Okay.
Who's starting off? Are we
I'll
Oh,
go
good?
is he
ahead and
here?
start.
Yes,
I'll
he
go ahead
said
and
that.
start.
Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't hear Lio. So
Skill
I'll
issue.
turn him up.
Skill issue.
Where is he? Ah, here he is. Hello, sir.
Can you hear me yet, Beckett?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So, to get started, I have to ask a real quick question, and I'm going to lead here. Kumo, are you currently in your correct state of mind?
Who are you?
God.
I mean, you can answer the question, or we can just
Who are
end the
you?
share.
Are you a psychiatrist?
No, I'm making sure I do my due diligence here. Are you in your correct state of mind?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, yeah.
Okay. And you consent to this conversation, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then let's go ahead and start. Now, on your first video at 3:29, you use a clip from my call with Rabbit from 2 years ago in conjunction with a call with Jordan in late 2023 as evidence that I don't care about victims. Why would you do something like that? Don't you see that as a bit
Are you
dishonest?
referring to specifically, Lio, the clip where you talk about hence the kid down the hallway?
That would be why I gave you the timestamp, yes.
Okay. Could you actually pull us up a clip of me saying you don't care about victims?
I'm asking you, why would you use that in conjunction while claiming
In conjunction?
incessantly that I don't? Yes, in conjunction.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
there's one other question I
I'm
forgot to ask.
responding to your point, actually, Lio.
That's fine.
So I want you to show me where I said that you don't care about victims.
You implied it, and you've admitted to
I
doing
implied
similar
it.
things. Yes,
I've implied it. Where did I imply it?
At
Where did I imply
3:29.
it? All right. So why don't you pull us up a clip, Lio? You have the time.
Why don't you tell us what you remember about your video? Because I'm going on your video.
you need to do your due diligence and play
I've
the
done
clip,
my
buddy.
due diligence. I've
You
done.
provided a
mine. You should remember your
timestamp,
video.
and I've asked you,
Remember your video,
how I.
Kumo. You worked
I've
on the
asked
video
you
for a year,
how-
Kumo. Remember it.
Yes, I worked on the video for a year, and you're the one making the point. So why don't you do
I
your
am.
due diligence? It's your
Free to
point.
pull
It's
it up
your
for me.
job to back up your own point, buddy.
Well, that's actually kind of cute because your entire video, you literally don't do any of that.
You said 3 what?
3:29.
3:29. So in the very intro.
Because you use the call with Rabbit, and then you go on about using the call with Jordan.
Are you talking about the fucking? Are you talking about the? Hold on, can I screen share? I think I can. Are you talking about this compilation?
compilation?
Yes, you're talking about the compilation in the fucking intro. Okay.
This is after your intro. Unless you think your intros go for 4 minutes.
329.
3:29.
329 is in the intro segment, Lio. There's a fucking chapter that says intro.
What in the world? Okay.
Is my screen share up? Is my screen share working?
Yeah.
Your screen share is working just fine.
All right, 329.
So you don't think that gives off the idea that I don't care? Is that what you're actually telling me?
Would you like me to play the entire fucking this part of the compilation?
I'd like you to answer the question directly.
Oh no, see, Lio, what you're doing here is you're loading the fucking point, you're loading your question, so we need to go through it point by point. You said that I asserted or I implied that you don't care about.
You don't know what that means.
You said I implied.
Just like you don't know what grandstanding means,
victims.
just like you don't know what buzzwords mean.
I do know what those
If you want to be
words
dishonest,
mean.
you're welcome to.
I mean, what's dishonest when I'm actually playing the clip you're referencing?
I am asking you a question.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
Go for it.
Lio disowned me.
Okay.
And that's
329.
I'm not his kid anymore.
Oh, hi.
Oh, you see, Lio, at 329 in my LIOCONVOY video, it actually does your channel introduction.
Yeah, that's where the clip ends, at 3:29.
Okay, you're supposed to give me where the clip begins, dumbass.
Or I can give you whatever I want, and you can deal with it. Because you're the one who said you want.
You're a fucking man-child.
Is that the best you've got, that I'm a man-child?
Dude, you play with fucking toys.
Yeah, and you play with anime tracings. What's your point?
Anime tracings?
Yeah, Mr. Jujutsu Kai is in here. Now, you said earlier...
You said I traced my art? Oh, no, I think that's, that's pretty important. You said I traced my art?
I'm not done. You said earlier that you wanted a mature conversation. Now, do you want one or not?
I don't think you've been very mature since the moment you came in here.
That's not what I asked you.
I said hello to you, and you immediately became offensive.
I actually don't remember you saying hello to me, so I apologize if it came off as rude. It was not my intention. But again, do you want a mature conversation or not?
I think you should start off by being fucking mature.
Okay, and how am I not being mature exactly?
Mature. Okay. Lio.
That was a really
I don't know what part of a civil productive conversation you don't get, but you're coming in here like this is a fucking debate. And as I'm asking you for direct quotes, you're getting very offensive and
I am
defensive.
pointing out that you are incapable of answering the question.
Okay, Lio, why don't you repeat your question?
Do you not see that putting those two together in conjunction can give off the idea that I don't care about victims and the way you've stitched it together?
Lio, if that's the conclusion people are coming to and it reflects poorly on you, that's not my fault. That's your own fault.
I'm asking.
In fact, I'm stitching them. In fact, I stitched my attempt. You're assuming my intent.
I said, what are your intentions? Do you not see it as this?
What are my intentions?
That is what I asked you.
My intentions were to criticize you. I thought that was very apparent.
You're very bad at it then. But again, I'm going to go back to my initial statement because you seem to be avoiding it. Do you not see how that can give the impression, based on how you stitched them together, that I don't care?
You see, Lio, what you're doing is you're begging a question. What you're doing here is you're asking me, do I not see, as though what you're stating is an apparent fact when it is not whatsoever. And I've explained to you why it's not, and you're claiming I'm dodging around your question. So
because
why don't we take it back? Why don't we take it back a notch?
You don't know.
I'm not dodging around. I'm not dodging around. You're stating it as such as though it is a fucking apparent fact. You're stating it as though it's an apparent fact when it's not inherent.
You're getting so riled up. How about we move on?
You're the one raising your voice.
I'm raising my voice because you keep droning and yapping on, son. So let's continue. So at 5:20, you can giggle to yourself all you want.
I want you to make sure you have your timestamps right. So for good measure, you should pull up my video.
I'll say them as I list them, and you can cope. 5:20, you post a picture of my wife, and you have the inability to pronounce my surname properly. It's Guerra, rolling the.
That's not actually. I don't appreciate you appropriating my culture. That is not how you pronounce your last name, buddy.
It is how I pronounce. It's not Guerra. I can tell you that right now.
That's not. It's not Guerra because that means war. Your name does not mean fucking war.
Means.
There are very particular ways to spell that last. Who the fuck
how exactly are you sitting here telling me what my word means?
I'm gonna sit here and tell you because your name is like fucking Herrera. That's like Spanish for Smith. You dumb motherfucker. Who the fuck do you think you're talking? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You are the whitest motherfucker ever. You're like tokenizing Mexican culture. You're tokenizing Mexican culture when you had to pull up fucking Google Translate to talk to a woman who didn't speak English. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You're actually so fucking. You're so tone deaf and retarded.
Otherwise, you can sit here and say I'm tone deaf or that I'm stupid all you want, but
you're fucking stupid. You aren't even pronouncing your own name right. You're so fucking stupid.
I'm so sorry that you don't know the difference between Herrera and Guerra, which does mean war, by the way. That is my.
Did your daddy tell you it was war when he touched you?
Is yours? Because I know he's not in your life.
I know. Actually, honestly, Lyle, I'd rather have an absent father than one that diddles me.
I'm sure you would. Too bad yours did both. You want to move on with this or not?
Oh, you're projecting.
Oh, not at all. My old man never once touched me like that.
Oh, okay. It was your old man's old man?
Nope, wasn't him either. Matter of fact, I never.
Oh, so you lied about being molested?
No. Here's the fun thing. When you have a family, stupid, and you have a mommy and a daddy, that means you have two sets of grandparents.
Oh, so it was your daddy's daddy that molested you.
Holy crap, you're stupid.
So you got touched up by a senile old man. Were you not able to fight back?
Are you okay? I have to ask, does anybody else know how dumb you're being here? Because
the man you're named after molested you?
There are two sets of grandparents, dummy.
Did we not have other points to move on to?
We do.
No! He's just he's trying to get under my skin and make it personal.
I've already won because you've already come at me on a personal level. I'm sorry, Kumo, you're not that smart.
What? You're the one who's saying I don't understand what things mean.
You don't understand what my surname means. It's my surname, not yours. Stay in your lane.
You should stay in your own lane. You're not going to sit here and weaponize a culture you're not a part of.
Weaponize a culture by saying you pronounced the name wrong? Are you really that stupid?
I didn't pronounce it wrong. Your name is the equivalent to Herrera, which means Smith in Spanish.
Incorrectly. And you are very
You have
stupid.
the most whitewashed white settler Spanish last name, and you're sitting here trying to act like you have culture points.
I don't think you have any clue what you just said, but we'll keep going. So, you admit that you've been working on this video for over a year, and you used photos of my wife. Why'd you use photos of my wife?
What do you mean, why did I use photos of your wife?
Exactly what I asked. Why don't you answer it?
How would I have known there were photos of your wife?
Because you did know, because you've been snooping around. So again, why'd you use them?
You can't answer the question with the question, Lyle. How would I have known? How would I have known?
How else would you have known other than having them passed to you and told who they are? Why else would they be in your video?
How do you know I was told who they were?
Because Vlad flat out said that he told you shouldn't have used it.
Vlad said he told me I shouldn't have used it. Vlad's the one who told me to do it.
He said to do a close-up on her.
I haven't uploaded on my fucking channel. Are you actually going to sit here and argue with me? Vlad is the one who told me to fucking do it.
Yes, I am going to, because this is what Vlad's told me. Now, if he's lied to me, it's another matter altogether.
It's not. If
thanks for admitting you know who she is. Thanks for admitting you know who she is.
Well, we'll see, Lio. You see, Lio, where that doesn't fucking matter. Where that actually doesn't matter, Lio, is one, I don't care. Two, those photos can be found on forums, and they can be found in threads that people have made on you publicly.
I don't care.
Those photos of your wife are from her public Facebook that not only did you interact with them, but not only did you interact with, you made no effort to separate them. You made no effort to separate them. All right, and three, I did not contextualize the photos, and you yourself and your audience, you yourself and your audience are the ones who contextualized them.
Answer why you use them. That's
what I'm asking. Why did I use them?
Come on, boy.
What do you mean? Why did I use them?
Question, boy. Come on.
Why do I need to answer? Why do I need to answer you why I used them?
Come on, boy. Come on. Let's see. Come on. That's the answer.
You already have some preconceived notion as to why I used them, Lyle.
I'm asking for your reasoning. Are you going to give it, or are you going to keep walking around it?
Why do I need to give you my reasoning? What relevance does that have? What's your point?
I want to know.
Are you making points or are you asking questions?
I can do both. Now answer the question.
So why don't you make the point?
I asked you why you did it. So give me your reasoning.
Why are you dodging around my
You know,
question?
I'm not dodging anything. You are. You are trying your best to dodge it. So answer the question, Mr. Mature.
Okay, Lio. Okay, Lio. I used the photo of your wife as as sort of a visualizer, as a background image to put something on screen so that it wasn't black the entire time.
And you chose that it to be an image of my wife because
I zoomed in on her ginormous fucking forehead because I thought it was funny.
you didn't zoom in on her forehead. You just posted the full picture, so you're lying on that one too.
No, I zoomed in on her forehead. I know which video you're talking about, and I zoomed in on her forehead.
No, you did not. But
Are you saying the photo of Peaches is your wife?
No, I'm talking about the photos of my wife.
Where are the
See, I'm
photos
two
of
of
your
them.
wife that I posted? Are you talking about the ones that were visuals in a video?
Oh my god, you are obnoxiously being dense here. So let's try this again. I'm asking your reasoning.
I'm asking you which post it is you're referring to.
The one in front of the door, and then the one where she's taking a picture of herself from above.
Where were these posted?
Well, one of them is posted around the 520 mark.
Of which video?
Like I said when we were beginning, try to pay attention. We're talking about your first video on me.
Oh, okay, Lio. My hour and 3 minute long video on you.
Yep.
It's at 520?
Around the 520 mark.
Hold on. Are you talking around the 520 mark?
There you go.
Oh, okay. The one where it clearly zooms in on your reflection because you were the focus of the photo. I don't care, Lio. It was zooming in on you. My intent is clearly to focus on the fucking cryptid creature you are.
Ooh, the cryptid creature. You are such a dishonest clown. That's hilarious.
You're so fucking weird.
You said you were working on this video for over a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at 529, you say I'm 37. Are you too stupid to do math?
You were 37 at the time of writing the script.
And instead of correcting that,
I don't care. Wah, pedantry, I don't care.
This isn't pedantry. This is pointing out that if you spent a year
doing this video,
you are dumb. You're
focusing on very hyper-specific details that don't matter in the grand scheme of what I said in my video.
They do matter specifically because this shows the level of actual effort you put into this. A year of this.
I think I put in plenty of effort. You actually wouldn't know.
Not enough.
You wouldn't know how much effort I put into this video because you come in here speculating.
You're an idiot. And you are literally the laziest.
You literally come in here speculating and assuming my intent.
556. You claim that I only upload calls about predators when my channel gets stagnant.
Wrong. That's a direct misquote. Why don't you actually pull up the clip, Lio?
Pull it up, big boy. It's a 556.
I have it up here. So you said 556?
Yep.
556. Oh, look again, Lio. Looks like 556 doesn't hold that. That's that clip you're referring to.
Why don't you go back a little further?
I'm playing it. Are you talking about where I count out how many fucking Predator videos you uploaded?
And that you say that I put them there when my channel gets stagnant, yes.
Yes, you do.
Prove it.
Your channel is always fucking stagnant, Lio. I don't need to sit here and prove it.
Prove that I put these out because my channel gets stagnant. That was your claim back.
Prove your intentions.
No, prove that you actually have evidence for the claims you're making. That's a claim you made, back it up.
Lio, I could prove it with fucking demographic data. We could just pull up your fucking YouTube channel.
Your nonsense. I want you to prove that that's what I was doing.
That's what I just fucking said. You're the one who's retarded.
No, stupid, because claiming that I put it up there when things are stagnant is something that you're claiming that is my intent.
Okay, Lio, so let's find a stagnant point in your channel. Okay, and we'll go ahead and recount the trend of your views. Okay,
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
if you go
we're gonna I'm answering exactly what the fuck you asked. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. We're going to look at the trend in your views. We're going to look at the trend in your views.
Okay, hold on a second. Stop. Okay, because fuck, there's only so much I'm gonna let you guys fucking nut at each other for a second. Okay, the claim is that Lio puts up Predator videos whenever things get stagnant. Okay, that's the claim. KUMO's argument for that is, well, look at the time, we'll look at the videos, and when you've got a run of stagnant videos, a Predator video comes out. Let him show that, and then Lio can respond to the claim. Is that okay? Because then we'll just run the fucking dialogue.
Couldn't have done that earlier.
No, because it was funnier earlier. Let's fucking do it.
I mean, it was pretty funny.
Okay. Okay, so what do we have here? Thundercats
Well,
episode by episode number 5.
Yep.
What the shell the shell is Playmates toy doing? Okay. 32k views. That's pretty good compared to the measly 3.8 you got before. A G.I. Joe toy building video. Okay. Not even cracking 1k. Another G.I. Joe video. Barely passing 1k. Underground Arsenal Turtle Shell 01 third party party wagon. 1.7k. Can't even crack 2k on that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mikey dies redone. Was this in a stop motion?
Something like that.
Okay. 1.7k. The worst Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures ever. Okay.
They are awful.
15k. Okay. You know what? That's okay compared to everything else. It does seem to be a drama video, but it doesn't seem to hold a candle to it doesn't seem to hold a candle to what you were getting previously.
It's a toy.
And then the
review.
very next video, Prison Mate Luke's apology is worthless. 24k.
Is he a predator?
What do you mean? Is he a predator?
No waiting.
Oh, no, this is just you dabbling into fucking commentary drama. We haven't gotten to the part where you call people predators.
Go ahead.
And we aren't even going over your live streams. So
Live streams are hilarious. That Brian Mullins one was great.
yeah, where your live streams where you call a lot of people predators.
Prove it.
Okay,
You can stutter all you want.
okay, but you can stutter.
Keep going. Keep going.
Stutter. Prove it when you're feigning ignorance right now. I don't know why you
I'm not
think.
feigning
Why are you
ignorance.
so
I'm
confident?
actually
You're sitting here asking
I'm
people to
telling you to
prove shit like
actually
they have a
prove it.
receipt for exactly everything they say on hand. When you do this,
Maybe they
you have
should.
such a long, expansive track record.
Of?
What do you mean of doing the shit you're being criticized for?
You're not the one criticizing me for anything. You made a bad video, and I'm going to make notes of it. But go ahead.
Did
continue.
you just nuh-uh me about my video?
Oh, I'm telling you, you're wrong. Does that hurt your feelings, Kumo? I know you
No,
have a
you
big
just said I
ego.
didn't criticize anything. I made a bad video. Did you just nuh-uh the fact that my video was critical of you?
Oh, I'm not eyeing the fact that your video has any actual merit to it. It's worthless. It's literally, and I say this
Whether
without
you deem
It is
criticism
literally
valid or not, it's
the
still
worst.
criticism.
It's literally the worst video I've ever seen from a detractor.
From a detractor.
Oh.
You're such a fucking lolcow.
I'm not going to take this from somebody whose mommy kicks him out of the house when he got sick. I'm sorry, I'm not.
You don't know what you're talking about. Could you
I do
provide me-
actually,
could you
because here's the fun
provide
thing.
me a source?
Okay.
Could you provide me a
Okay.
source?
Before we get into like another, for another 2 minutes. As funny as it would be, let's keep going.
All right.
He just lied.
All
That's
right,
great.
SWAT Cats, 18k. Okay, that's pretty good riding off the back of a Prison Mate Luke video. How Beast Wars saved the Transformers. Ooh, looking pretty bad there, 6k. LIOCONVOY versus Deviant Crow debate. Twitch mods and sexy art sexist. Okay, 33k, getting back up there. The Just a Robot Drama Files, fluffy calls. Okay, there we go. We're getting some progress. That's some pretty significant channel growth. 212,000 views, LIOCONVOY. Okay. But this is where we start to see a pretty big decline.
Oh,
this is the part where we see you falling the fuck off because nobody cares about your videos. Internet Mysteries, can you identify this cartoon? 4K.
Yep.
Thundercats, Ultimates Wave 2 review. 3.5K. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Toon Turtles reissue review. 3.1K. ETGGGR episode 1, not even 1K. Demon Slayer figurine, 1.8K. Ninja Turtles, 1.4K. 3.1 for Bratz Rock Angels. Is that another Ninja Turtle thing?
Yes, that's why it says Ninja Turtles on the title.
Well, I mean, you have Ninja Turtles in the video.
Yeah, look at what
It's
says
on the
about
preview.
Okay, just keep going.
I
Just
don't
keep
care.
going.
All right, the next video, I don't even care to try and figure out what the fuck this is. It's not even 1K, something about a Kickstarter. How Skeletor Stole Christmas. 1.7K. You're wrong about Spider-Man. You're wrong about Spider-Man. 4.1. Okay, here we go. Craftify Bunny Chan The Pink Cafe. Commentary Creep. 1.20,000.
Not a predator.
What? 120,000.
Yep. So
you called him a creep. You called him a creep, Mr. Pedo Hunter. You
creep and a
called
predator
someone
are
a
not the
creep,
same thing.
Mr. Pedo Hunter.
Yes, and a creep and a predator are not the same thing. I'm sorry.
All right,
the
that's
words-
not your. Then you shouldn't be weaponizing the same audience for hunting pedophiles against creeps if they're different.
Weaponizing.
Yeah, when you
oh,
yes,
soft
Lio,
boy.
making a video attacking
You're so
someone, calling them a
unprofessional.
creep, and calling them a bad person is weaponizing it.
Oh no, I
That's
called a creep a
weaponizing your
creep.
platform.
I'm so
Who
sorry
said
for
I'm
that.
against it? Why are you fucking having a manic breakdown over the
I'm
fact
not
that I
having a
said it's
manic breakdown.
weaponizing?
I think it's funny that
You're the one
trying to make-
laughing hysterically over something that isn't
Well,
that
that's not
funny.
hysterical.
You got the
haven't
whole
heard it.
squad laughing.
I'm sorry. I thought humor was subjective, Mr. Cut Yourself.
You should cut yourself.
Not over you.
Oh, you should do it over Peaches then.
No, I'm not going to do it over Peaches either, and I'm certainly not going to sit here and make a sob story
You
about
should do
how
it
that's
over your
happening.
dad. You should make some kind of sob story. It would be really funny, so we can laugh at you.
No, I think it would be more interesting to watch you freak out more like you have been. No, go ahead. Keep going.
I want to actually on a quick side note. Why did you ask me if I was stable mentally when you just recently had a call talking about how you wanted to kill yourself over this art commentary drama?
What are you talking about?
It's taking everything in me to not reach into this box on the left and put this gun in my mouth.
Yeah, that wasn't over art commentary
Yeah,
drama.
that was over art commentary drama. You peaches,
Somebody
peaches,
calling-
peaches, 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 peaches. I'm gonna shoot myself. I'm gonna put this gun in my mouth because you're leaving me and you're exposing me. You should make like a
think that's
musical
why?
about that.
I think that's why. That just tells me how completely inadept you are at anything.
I listened to that entire fucking call, Lyle.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
you
gonna
listened
feign
to the-
ignorance about the fact you talked.
You listened to
not,
the call,
not only that,
and you
you
can't even
weaponized
talk
the
to
fact that you had
this
suicidal
answer.
ideation against
You're an
Louis, and that was
absolute
what's
idiot.
funnier to me. You're like,
How
oh,
is
this
being-
is a negative point against you because
How
I
is
wanted to
being
kill
honest?
myself over Peaches. You're so
honest,
fucking retarded.
weaponizing.
You're so
I know you
fucking
project-
retarded.
You project all the time because that's what you did in your goofy video. I was unstable.
projected?
I was unwell. You just
I
project.
projected?
Yes, you project. That
Where
was
did
a
I
weaponizing
project?
dick.
Where did I project in my video,
We'll get
Lio?
into it. We'll get into it, but let's go ahead and finish this first point that's taking me 10 minutes.
all right.
to get to. Come on, boy.
All right, here we go.
Come on. Come on, boy.
If you know, Lio, if you weren't a retard, your condescension would work. Let's
You
see.
knew how to spell incident, maybe
All
yours
right.
would work.
Okay, let's keep going.
Smash Bandicoot, cartoon-chi obsessed cretin. Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't you
That's
called
you.
Smash Bandicoot a predator?
I did later on, yeah.
Ah, okay. What's interesting about that is you did later on, and that seems to be one of your better performing videos. Okay.
And?
Oh, well, and this is where the trend begins, where Animal Warriors of the Kingdom,
Fun toy line.
yeah, 2.1K?
Glad you agree that it's a fun toy line.
2.1K?
Yeah, 2.1K.
Okay. This video, Accountability and Responsibility, where you spend a lot of time talking about predators.
Yep. Yelling at
Okay.
Coyote.
Okay. This seems to be a pretty decently performed video on your channel.
Mhm.
165K?
Yep.
Okay. Can you tell me why the very next video, my thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Madness, and War Mirage, April Black?
Did you actually have a question there?
Yeah, Lio, can I ask you why the fuck this video underperformed when your previous video did really well when you were talking about predators?
I would imagine because Coyote was a heavier topic at the time. Right, venture a guess.
Okay. Box of Ox bizarre backstory.
Yep. Nothing to do with Predators either. Look at the sub count on that one, the review count on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
tell me,
I
if
mean
that-
that kind of makes sense following a video like Accountability Responsibility Part 2 Coyote Lovely, doesn't it? Kind of makes sense that video would do pretty well.
That makes no sense actually
Wouldn't-
because Ox
Wouldn't the
wasn't-
other one do pretty well too?
No, because it's a toy related video and then he does
That's
yet
not a
another
toy- that's not a
commentary
toy-
related.
It's not a toy related video. What do you want about?
Is it a TV show?
Oh my god. You
Oh,
actually
hold on. What the fuck is Mutant Madness, Lio? I'm sorry we're not all turbo virgins with a wall of virginity like you. What's
Oh,
Mutant
you're a
Madness?
turbo virgin with an anime obsession with me.
Okay, no.
Sarah's like about this. Okay,
might
what
be
is
very
what is?
technical.
Oh no!
Okay,
What is the
okay,
video
what-
for then? What is the video for, Lio? Because I don't fucking know either.
Sure, the video was about the discourse about people making an absolute molehill out of the fact that in the new Ninja Turtle movie, April was black. Some people were claiming that she'd always been black since the Mirage run. I pointed out
Oh, okay. So there was really no need to divulge into what the fuck that was. You were just being pedantic.
No, I actually was just being honest about things. I'm sorry.
You
for
were
that.
just being pedantic. If I got the toy part wrong, that really didn't matter because it just wasn't
think it's
commentary or hunting.
I just think it's funny. I think it's funny.
It's funny to waste my time and argue the particulars.
Yes,
about
I do. I absolutely do. Because you'll fall for it every time.
Okay.
I regret interjecting. It was a waste of time. Can we? Okay, hold on.
All right, please.
KUMO, do you feel like you've made your point about how many views?
I think my point stands even without me demonstrating it by reading off all of his videos.
Okay, cool. Can we?
Because he's wasting my fucking time.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. If fucking, because I said this about looping. KUMO, if you feel like you have made your point, and Lio, if you feel like you have made your point, and KUMO's talking shit, can we move on to the next point? Because we are like fucking half an hour in.
Sure.
It's already been half an hour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Time flies.
my point is that he claims intent while having no evidence for it. So, moving on. Around the 726 mark.
Wait, so you formally made your point that I claim intent without having evidence for it? No, we're not looping. Hold on, whoever just sided, we're not looping. What he's trying to do is he's trying to convolute this so I can't respond point by point. He's asking questions to try and trap me into a fucking confession. So, Lio, what we're gonna do is we're actually going to formally. You're going to formally make your fucking point. I don't know why it took you.
I'll do what I want, and you can sit and spin.
Okay.
How's
I
that
can
sound?
Okay.
talk over you if you want.
I love this. I'm having a great
No,
time.
You're not having a great time. You're fucking baby raging.
I'm not having a
You're
great
baby
time.
raging. You're baby raging. You're baby raging, Lio. You've wasted 30 minutes of my time feigning ignorance and being fucking pedantic, and you're sitting here acting like you're winning anything. You're going, prove it over things that literally is like is objectively observable.
It is not. But moving on. 726. You go on about how.
No, Lio. We're going to talk about your point. The point you were making that
I want you to prove intent. Prove it.
Hold on. So I'm making claims of intent without proving it. Okay. I want you to quote me where I said what your intentions were.
You literally
quote
said that
quote me, Lio. Quote me where I
literally already did that. I upload Predator videos when my channel is stagnant.
That's me in this call. That's not what I said in my video.
And what did you say in your video? Oh, so why is one?
Do I need to play the fucking clip like I said I would?
Go ahead,
And then
boy.
you stopped me to make me go through your videos?
I didn't stop you to do that.
Yes, you did. You demanded that I go through it.
You chose to because you missed the point of what I was getting at.
Okay, I'm playing the clip. You can shut up now.
Okay, just let him play the clip.
Video games, Star Wars, etc. Soon branching out into the channel, the bulk of you may know him as a toy reviewer who dabbles into predator hunting. I say dabbles with the most obvious quotations because whatever his channel runs dry or stagnant from uploading toy or cartoon reviews, he coincidentally uploads 1, 2, 3, Jesus fucking Christ, 10 in recent memory.
Okay, there we lie. I said you coincidentally upload how many, and I start counting off predator videos.
Yes, and your framing is intentional to say that I do it only when my channel is stagnant.
I said coincidentally.
Otherwise,
I said coincidentally.
Liar. I mean, you've already lied once so far. We'll get to that. But
Wait. I'm a liar. You're the one directly misquoting me to make your point.
Misquoting somebody.
You're directly misquoting me to make your point. You stated that you stated that I made a point about your fucking intent, and you're really harping on this intro. You're stating that I made a point about your intent with no evidence. When I never made a point about your intent, I pointed out a coincidence that whenever your fucking channel goes stagnant, you seem to upload a lot of predator
The
videos.
implication is what it is, and you know it. But anyways, on to 726.
You don't get to sit here and act like I'm feigning ignorance when you demand that I go through and prove every single thing. You aren't even proving what the fuck you're saying.
All right. Brick wall. Hitting a brick wall here. Hitting a brick wall here. God damn it.
Okay, we are heavily looping.
We're hitting
You
a
know
brick
what?
wall.
All right.
I'm
To the
trying
mods.
to
I would like to ask
Shut
that
up.
we make this a little more formal, and that you give him a chance to say his piece, and then I get my chance to respond. So there's no overlap. Because I really was serious about having a mature discussion. But he seems to want to yell over me and call me stupid the entire time and laugh maniacally like he's winning something. So I'd like to request, if that's fine with you, Lio, that we speak one at a time because this is really getting tiresome.
I think that's fair.
Moving on to 726. You
Okay.
go on about how what people like me do harms cases, but you don't give any evidence for that claim at all. You talk a lot about forensic analysis without having a clue about how things are passed to the police when we do report them.
Been settled. The vast majority.
Okay. So you're saying, so I'm going to repeat this back, and I just need you to tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong in my interpretation. You said at 726, I make a point about how what you do and what people like you do, how it harms cases. Right?
Yep.
I'm gonna ignore all the editorials you added at the end. Your point. You're pointing out that in this part of the video, I explain how what you do and what other people like you do harms cases, right? Okay. And then you're asserting that I don't understand that I don't know or understand the process in which you pass things along or how forensic analysis works.
Actually, I pointed out that you give no evidence to that claim, and that you talk a lot about forensic analysis without having a clue about how things are passed to the police, meaning how I operate and how we have things passed to the police. Yes.
Lio, you said you make police reports.
I do. How am I passing?
So that's all you can do.
Yes, that is all I can do. Now, how do I do it?
Okay.
Tell me how I do it. How do I have people do it? How do I do it? Tell
You've
me.
said how you do it. That's my evidence. My
That's
evidence
not-
is how you explained it.
Oh my goodness! And on top
If
of that,
I'm using your
not.
words, your own words against
You're
you,
not.
then like I'm not.
Because you're not paying
not-
attention.
No, I think Kumo's leading into the part where, well, you just like all you've done is make those police reports and nothing results from them. I mean, is that
also
what you're
felt
leading into with that part in the video?
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly where the overarching point went. Yeah.
Okay.
The problem with that is that you also play the fact that I tell the victims to also do so. So they are also handing that stuff over to the police. So the claim of forensic analysis being an issue because of tampering goes out the window.
Actually, Lio, that's not how that would work. So your involvement as like an outside party who has no relevance to these victims fucks with the case anyway.
Relevant?
Sorry, what? Did you just ask how that was relevant?
No, I want evidence.
I don't need to provide you evidence of an objective fact, Lio.
So if I just say something,
do you understand how that works? No, Lio, I'm not just sitting here asserting things like I know.
Yeah,
like if you don't know this, you shouldn't have been doing fucking Predator hunting.
Let him explain the point.
Okay, Lio. Actually, I shouldn't have to explain the point because it was explained in the video. He's just feigning ignorance here. So, Lio, in my, I'll go ahead and play the part you're talking about, and I think it's important that I play the entire fucking segment. I'll go ahead and raise the speed to 1. Aw, that's endearing. All right, I'll go ahead and raise the speed a little bit to save us some time because this is really, I hate how you're trying to pull me into the weeds to get like really pedantic here, but I'll play it nevertheless. Okay. All right. So I started off by naming the chapter, the negative consequences of predator poaching or predator hunting.
Just
Lio, shut up.
Lio, just let him play the clip.
I'm sorry, it's
let
the
him play the clip.
consequences. It's I lost it at the consequences.
Let him play the clip, please.
Thomas Guerrera, or as most of you might know him by now, LIOCONVOY, was originally a toy reviewer and a active member in the Brony community. How did I manage to read that out without laughing? Okay. Not only is the premise of this content dangerous to produce, but its production creates many negative consequences for the victims. In fact, any outside involvement in vigilante activity only muddies the waters for the case. Any chat logs or evidence provided to the authorities by vigilantes is impossible to prove it wasn't doctored when it comes to forensic analysis. This makes anything forwarded to the police by any outside involvement completely admissible in court and oftentimes will only serve as probable cause to launch an investigation on said individual. Not to mention, vigilantes with an extensive track record of activity are frequently investigated by the FBI for things like possession of child porn. Not to mention, the judge and jury have to bring into question the motives and intentions of not only the victims, but the vigilantes when social media and publicity are brought into the mix, which could also be used in favor of the defense. This is one of the many reasons why social media influencers will stay quiet about the details with any legal proceedings going on in the background until after the case has been settled. The vast majority of predator hunters on the internet have actually never confirmed whether their catches have been sent to jail because of their catch. And in Okay, LIOCONVOY. So that is the exact clip you were just referencing, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if we take that point by point, Lio, where you're actually wrong about that is I don't need to provide you evidence of that because that is like, not only is that just commonplace knowledge, that's something you should already know if you're trying to get involved with this. The reason it's muddied is because you're an outside part, like you're an outside influence, you have outside involvement. You don't have any real direct attachment to the case other than, I don't know, maybe one, you're a content creator, so that has to be taken into account, that maybe you have a bias and you're trying to make content. That's just something they have to take into account. 2, you have no real involvement, so maybe you're just an online friend who's very biased and they can't you have no involvement, so you're really not supposed to be involved in this case. 3, if you're if you're trying to pass over the same evidence that the victims are, like you just said earlier, then how do they not know that the victims didn't get that from you?
Number one,
there are many other reasons before you try to pedantically argue point by point. I also must state that there are many other reasons, Lio, that I probably can't list off the top of my head, that your involvement in someone else's ongoing case about predation, like a victim's case between them and the detectives and their parents, your involvement could muddy the waters for a ton of other different reasons before you even try. Okay?
Are you done?
Yeah.
You spent a year on this video and you couldn't even provide a single scrap of actual evidence for what you're saying. Saying it's obvious is not, in fact, an argument, believe it or not. Secondly, if the victim passes it directly to them, that is what they are supposed to do, even by your own statements later on in this video, which we will be going over. Me, as another concerned citizen, also passing off police report does not, in fact, jeopardize that by its nature. Just like if somebody breaks in, I'm not done. Just like if somebody breaks into my neighbor's house and I report that and he also reports it, it doesn't jeopardize that. I'm sorry that you have a struggle with this.
Are you done? Are you okay? Is that a monologue? Is this right here just an extra comment, or are you done?
I'm not done.
You're not done?
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Okay.
Well, he's gish galloping a bit here. So.
Yeah, no, I okay, sure, but we said people can talk in sections. Stop talking over each other. Let him finish.
Okay then.
Kumo, stop using words you don't know the meaning to. But more importantly, my point is, if you spent a year on this video and you're real proud of it, the fact that you have so many things here that don't have evidence just makes you look goofy.
Okay, that's a good opinion. That's very unique opinion. So to respond to that, one, Lio, I don't need to have evidence for these things that you should already know. Yes, it being obvious is not an argument. You're right. It's actually a very valid rebuttal to you feigning ignorance. You should know these things. And actually, I don't need to do my due diligence about this subject, because this isn't a video about the negative consequences of predator poaching. That is just a point I made in passing before I got to the actual point as to why your involvement was actually detrimental to these cases, which I actually did provide testimony and evidence of.
You actually don't, but we'll move on to that in a moment. Because I think
I'm not done yet. I was just allowing you to make that comment, but I'm not done yet. Secondly, Lio, I believe the last thing you said there before you went on your extra tangent, it was about you were saying that the victims pass on evidence to the police, and that if you're just a concerned neighbor calling the police because you saw someone break into your neighbor's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you said? Okay, Lio. Yeah, that's drastically different from, I don't know, maybe calling the police on someone in a different country for a burglary that you don't live in that country. That's actually very different. Or even in a different state. That's actually very different, Lio. If you calling the police, someone who's not a mandatory reporter to our knowledge, are you a mandatory reporter, Lio? You work with kids?
Know. You tell me.
You would know. You should be able to answer that.
Come on, dude.
I don't know. I think it's funny.
Just answer it. Just answer.
Please.
No, not by law.
You're breaking the rule of pedantry. Okay, you're not a mandatory reporter. Okay, so you have no probable excuse as to why you would be reporting something that didn't happen, that you aren't a actual direct witness to or even involved with. Are you a family member of the person you're reporting from out of state?
I do. I actually do, because according to Texas law, if I am aware of a felony, I am obligated to report it.
Yes, if you're aware of a felony in Texas.
It doesn't say in Texas. That's not what it says in the law.
I don't care if you want to get fucking pedantic. You're not going to be you're not going to.
The law is all pedantry, Kumo. I'm sorry you don't know that.
About your armchair. I don't care about your armchair attorney status. Okay, Lio.
I clearly do. That's why you keep.
What I'm responding to is the fact that you're the one being pedantic by bringing up Texas law. You're bringing up Texas law. You're bringing up a Texas law. You're bringing up a vague Texas law that doesn't specifically disclose what we are talking about. Why are you trying to interrupt me so hard?
Because I think that
you're trying so desperately to stop me from making my point. What I think is more funny than someone pivoting is someone desperately trying to stop the other person from making their point.
I'm not stopping. You continue.
You're trying to interrupt me.
You did interrupt him multiple times.
Okay, Lio. So my point still stands that if you were reporting a crime on the behalf of someone, that lives in either a different state or a different country. You actually have no real connection to it, and you were not actually a real witness to it.
So evidence out in the open about something going on isn't witnessing
Lio,
it?
if you are not a witness, and you report something to the police, you're a detriment, because you're only supposed to report something if you witnessed it.
That literally makes no sense, but we'll move on from there. But
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Let's hold on, pause. I'm gonna actually have us move on from this point because I don't know that either you or KUMO are correct in this. I don't actually know what the correct choice in this. I do have licenses and certifications in this, but specifically within my state and specifically within my counties. I don't know what the right choice is in this case is, and I don't think people who don't have licenses or certifications in this should be talking about this.
Yeah, it's
So can you move on? Let's move on from this.
yeah, it's
please.
getting
I will
looping.
move on.
Thank you.
We'll move on to after one point. If you actually believe this, KUMO, why are your Brion videos still up?
What do you mean, why are my Brion videos still up?
If you believe that internet vigilantism, as you call it, is a detriment to possible cases, why are your Brion videos still up?
My videos on Brion weren't vigilantism.
Calling somebody a pedophile and a possible danger isn't vigilantism?
No, that's raising awareness. That's not justice. That's not me trying to. That's one not me trying to obtain vigilante justice through reporting him to the police, or two, trying to take justice into my own hands. That's raising awareness to people who might not know.
And the fact
that
that he made a false screen cap of you had nothing to do with it, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, it had nothing to do with it. I might have addressed it in my video, but it had nothing to do with the fact that he was weird with kids.
The entire reason why you got that in commentary together is because you panicked when you did it. Because that was one of the first people you went to. Yeah, you did, KUMO. But anyways,
did it. Okay.
833. You claim that I'm saying I'm the reason for Josh having a jail time concerning assaulting police, but then you play a clip of me talking about how he's on probation for computer crimes, claiming it's a lie. Did you actually call the courthouse, or did you do any research outside of typing?
Repeat what the timestamps were real quick.
833.
Okay, and then what was in that timestamp?
You claim I'm saying I'm the reason for Josh having jail time concerning assaulting police, which, by the way, factual. But then you play a clip of me talking about how Josh is on probation for computer crimes, claiming that's a lie. Did you actually call the courthouse, or did you do any research outside of typing? What?
So what we're gonna do, Lio, because I clearly can't trust you to just be honest about what the clip has in it, is I'm going to play the clip, because that's not at all.
There's no else more.
That's not how
Lio, are we diving into the whole Vita section? I mean,
I want to know if he did any actual research out of typing.
Yes, Lio, I did my research. I even show it on screen I show it on screen.
Did you call the courthouse? Yes,
Lio, I don't need to call the courthouse. I looked up the county records.
Lio,
so the answer is no. Thank you. We can move on.
Lio, we went. Me and KUMO went into this whole thing already.
I'm aware. I'm not you.
Well, no,
I'm trying with Sarah. Sarah's on your side here.
Sarah's not on anyone's side, but we'll move on.
I'm trying.
That's not true. Sarah's on my side. Okay.
I'm on Jacket's side right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll move on.
Yeah. We're just moving on. We're moving on. We're just moving on. We're moving on from.
Okay, so you're going to concede that point, then you're just trying to make Lio.
No, not on your life. But Sarah wants it moved on, so we're moving on.
I wasn't gonna say to move. Fuck it, whatever.
No, we're on the legal stuff. Hold on.
Taking it point by point. You tried to make a point. Let's not avoid your point here. So I'm going to play. Okay. I'm going to play the clip. I'm going to play the clip you're citing, and then you're going to repeat your claims.
Go ahead, big boy.
I know my dick is bigger than yours. You don't need to remind me.
I highly doubt that.
But the vigilantes, when social media and publicity are brought into the mix, which could also be used in favor of the defense. This is one of the many reasons why social media influencers will stay quiet about the details with any legal proceedings going on in the background until after the case has been settled. The vast majority of predator hunters on the internet have actually never confirmed whether their catches have been sent to jail because of their catch. And in LIOCONVOY's case, he has gone on record to admit to having no confirmation to anyone he's caught being put behind bars, aside from an instance where he twisted the truth and the actuality was the predator was instead taken to jail for assaulting their mother in front of a police officer.
And as far as Joshua Vita goes, Cass was given that information.
There we go, Lio. So before I let you repeat your point, I want to make sure we're on the same page here. So I want to ask you, Lio, what relevance does Joshua Vita being a predator have to do with him getting any sort of charges about assault, misdemeanor assault or computer crimes? What relevance does him being a predator have to do with that?
Because my point was how frustrating it is the police weren't doing anything about that, but they'll arrest him for assault and for computer crimes. That was my point.
Okay. And then I have one more question since that's your answer. Okay. If that's your answer, then Lio, why do you go through that sort of routine where you give that exact explanation of where you talk about him being a predator and him getting arrested or getting charges for misdemeanor assault and computer crimes in response to people asking you, because this was actually very recent where you were asked about it, in response to people asking you if you've ever put predators behind bars?
Because I'm literally talking about how frustrating it is to try to get that done when the law doesn't seem to care.
But that wasn't the
If you actually
question
listen.
you were asked that you answered it with.
That is the question I was asked that I answered it with.
I'm actually talking about Stardust's live stream. That's
Okay,
not
what
what
was
you
that?
asked.
Stardust Lives.
Okay, hold on. What was the question that was asked?
Stardust asked him if he had ever put anyone behind bars with his predator hunting activities.
Okay.
And he responded with pretty much the same thing verbatim.
Yeah, because I'm frustrated with the fact that the law hasn't worked the way it's supposed to.
Okay, but that's not her question, and you answered it with that.
The only person I'm aware of that ever got behind bars due to what we were doing was some dork named Legend.
Can you confirm that that person was put behind bars?
I'd have to go find the DMs when he came back online and started raging about the fact that he had to go to jail over it.
Do you know? Well, anybody
time-
can lie about going to jail. Can you actually confirm that he one was put behind bars and two was put behind bars because of you?
Okay, was this like back in the fucking barrel days? Like, is how this
It
is?
was the intermediate time between Barrel and Senate.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Can
That
you
was 4 years ago.
Can you confirm whether it was you or not that had an influence on him allegedly being behind bars?
Well, yeah, because he blamed me for it, so I'd imagine so.
Well, him blaming you and claiming he was sent to jail isn't proof of him going to jail, or proof
Well,
of him
when
of you
I
putting him
choose
behind
to go
bars.
dig it up, I'll be happy to do.
Do you know what? I'm going to take a previous ruling. Not enough people know the context of this. It's too long ago. And it would take too much digging, so we'll get side tangent.
Yeah,
also, because we've
it's-
been
yeah, that's
doing,
why I asked
yeah,
what happened.
and also because we've been side tangent with this and other things I've brought up. Just quickly, the general question, this came from chat, was what qualifications, certifications, licenses, or classes has Lio taken to help these people? Also, if he wants an example, Chris Hansen and Onision for 5, thank you, Priestess, and bring in Barbie the lawyer from Brian for 2, because fucking that's a lot of legal talk. Can we move on from this point, because we've been on it for 20 minutes and it's just turning into a loop now?
I was asking Lio questions, and I would like him to
will.
I'd like him to reassert what he said about the clip.
Okay.
My reassertion about the clip is that you're saying that I was lying about Josh getting arrested for assaulting people, which I'm not, and that somehow I'm lying about him being on probation for computer crimes.
Yeah, there was nothing in the county records about him being on probation for computer crimes, but there were actually it did state he was on probation in South Carolina, or was it
Georgia.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Georgia. It was the other state. They said he was on probation for the assault.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I posted the court documents with
So
with
so
what happened
Lio,
in Georgia.
okay. We've already discussed, and
Yeah.
we determined that it would have been better if you just came to me and I could have corrected those minor details, because like it didn't take away from the point I was making about Lio. But I do plan to correct those minor details I did get wrong in the follow up. So Lio, you're stating that I said you were lying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's how I know you were lying. It's because it was even evident on the stream with Stardust, where you're asked one question and then you proceed to answer with that answer. And you're stating that it was in response to a different question when that's not the question you were answering. You were answering the questions, and not even in this clip that plays here, you were answering the questions of like whether you put him behind bars, or you're alluding to the fact that he's like behind, like you caught him, and then you proceed to say he's in jail and he's on probation, and then you sprinkle in at the end that it's for computer crimes.
Yeah. What about?
And then you said he was on probation for
anything.
computer crimes when there's like nothing. There's nothing in the criminal records that says he was on probation for computer crimes, but it did say he was on probation for misdemeanor assault. multiple counts.
That's why I asked you if you called the courthouse, because that's where I got that from. I didn't get it from public docs.
He did get it from the courthouse. Like this is part of the
Yeah.
things that we discussed. He did actually get it from the
Yeah.
courthouse.
So do you concede that point?
I do not, because that's not a lie.
It was a lie.
He
No,
wasn't lying
Not a
though.
lie.
Oh no, no.
Wasn't lying.
Like this isn't me
no,
like
it's a
jumping
lie.
in like just to
I
defend him. Like
understand. I understand where you might be coming from, but I want to at least first address that I know it's a lie, and I can explain why if you need me to.
Take a shot at it.
Okay, Lio, it's a lie when it's an obvious implication that you were the responsible party for him being behind bars, and then you're like dishonestly representing the fact that he faced any legal consequences for different reasons. But you talk about these things in the same vein as your predator hunting.
Okay, that doesn't mean that's a lie.
Yeah, you're conflating the two. You're conflating the two. You might be giving the real reason for it, but you're conflating the two as though you had any real hand in it.
Do you know why he's in trouble for assaulting a police officer?
Something about a wellness check, right?
Called the wellness check.
And then there was also another story about how he was at a hospital and he assaulted a nurse.
he called Lio did call the wellness check.
Okay.
Like I'm just again, this is not me like just siding with him for the sake of siding with him. Like I was there. I was there while he was doing it.
You're good. You're good, Sarah. It's just very pedantic because we're talking about Lio bringing this up in the same vein as predator hunting. Calling a wellness check on him. I don't care about what your intentions were. In fact, I didn't even guess your intentions. I don't care if it was honestly just to fuck with him. Good on you. I don't care.
For me, I'm just correcting the record on that because I witnessed it.
Hold on.
That's all
So pointing out that you're wrong about
what I'm saying, I'm not talking about your. What's pedantic about that is trying to get very particular with me about who called the police and for what, and that Lio did get him in legal trouble because Lio called a wellness check and Vita escalated that on his own, and then he ended up going to jail for a little bit for assault and went on probation for that assault. Where that's lying is because you talk about that in the same context in a very like dishonest and convoluted manner when you're talking about predator hunting, when those two things have literally no relevance to one another. The fact that you called a wellness check on him and the fact that he's a predator, no, you called the wellness check on him for an entirely different reason, did you not?
You don't know I'm going to be blunt here. You don't really know what you're talking about, and you're putting intent behind what I'm doing that just simply is not there.
The intent is very obvious when you repeatedly refer to something that has nothing to do with him being a predator.
When I repeatedly refer to the fact
of
that
him
it's
being a
extremely
predator.
You mean the thing when I refer to when I completely get frustrated with the fact that the law doesn't do dick about these people, that it's more frustrating to me that him leaking the doxes in Sequestria Fest is something he got in trouble for, and assaulting a cop is something he got in trouble for, but preying on
but that has nothing.
no
relevance to the predator hunting.
So he asked you like why? What did you ask him? Like why did he call the wellness check?
Yeah, I did ask him that, and he didn't answer.
Okay, why did you call
told
the
me
wellness check?
you literally told me you didn't care why I did it.
Okay, just
I
answer
said
it, please.
Just answer it. Malicious. That's what I was
Okay.
saying.
Jordan was freaking out because Vita was doing the I'm going to kill myself strat and was melting down unless I called a wellness check. I called a wellness check. They tried to take him to the mental ward and he flipped out, attacked his mother, somebody at the ward, and a police officer.
Okay. And so that has nothing to do with him being a predator.
What do you mean that has nothing to do with him being a predator?
Because you were calling a wellness check on him. You were calling a wellness check on him because he was clearly like having an episode and he was mentally unwell, right?
He was melting down and trying to guilt trip the person he preyed on.
Okay, so he was having an episode. I don't care if he was trying to guilt trip Jordan. That's not like exclusive to his meltdown and you calling the wellness check. He was threatening to kill himself. You called the cops, said he's threatening to kill himself. He's having all these issues. Go make sure he doesn't kill himself. That has nothing to do with him being a predator and how you got him behind bars.
It has everything to do with him also being a predator because he wouldn't even be in contact with Jordan if he wasn't preying on Jordan. That was the point.
Okay, but that's not like exclusive to the fact that you called the wellness check.
And I've given you context for why I go on about this.
Your context doesn't change the fact that you called a wellness check because he was threatening to kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
Had you called a wellness check because he was trying to groom Jordan, the cops wouldn't have shown up.
No, but the cops know what he's done and done nothing about it.
That's cool. I didn't ask.
That's cool. I didn't ask for any of your implications here either, but you'll give them regardless, so suck it up and deal with it.
They aren't implications, they're corrections to your assertions.
They are not corrections to my assertions because you don't have anything to correct. You made a claim about me lying and have no evidence for a lie.
You're lying because what do you mean? The evidence is it's apparent. It's within
even Sarah
it's within your response. You're dodging around.
I'm not dodging around anything.
Sarah isn't interjecting anymore because I explained why you're lying.
It's not a lie.
It's a lie, Lio.
It's
a
not
lie.
a lie.
Lio, it's a lie because it has no fucking relevance
Kumo.
to it.
I was only interjecting just to like confirm like what he.
You
was
could
saying,
argue
like,
that it's a non sequitur, but you can't argue that it's a lie. A lie is a deception with the intent to deceive others. It's intentional. That's what makes a lie.
Yes, Lio, you were intentionally deceiving people when they ask you a completely different question, and you give them an answer that is not only convoluted but completely unrelated.
That is not a lie, Kumo.
That is a lie.
That is not a lie, and I don't think you know.
That is a lie.
is.
You're omitting the relevant facts to like deceive. It's very obvious when someone asks you if you're responsible for putting any predators behind bars. And you tell them, oh, well, this guy I called a wellness check on assaulted someone in front of a police officer and then got put on probation for that. You're lying. Like that's an obvious lie. That's an obvious lie. No, you're trying to deceive them. You're trying to give them the impression.
I'm not trying to deceive anybody.
You're very blatantly trying to give them the impression
you don't know my intent.
You're going to stop interrupting me. You're going to stop interrupting me. You're very obviously trying to give them the impression. Sarah, do you want to mute him? You're very obviously trying to give them the impression that you are responsible for this person being behind bars by giving them a convoluted answer. So when you say he was behind bars for this, that, and the third, and then they don't challenge you on that because they're assuming that maybe he was also taken to jail for everything else then too. You're lying. You're omitting the fact with answering that he was behind bars. You're first stating the part where he's behind bars, and then you're omitting the fact that your predator hunting had nothing to do with that. That's lying.
Okay.
That's not a lie.
All right, Lio. I mean, you're not going to concede on this one, right?
No, I'm not, because I'm not lying about anything.
Okay.
But more to the point,
it's a very obvious
Kumo,
lie.
Lio,
no, Kumo, hold on. Can I please respond? Kumo,
Okay,
you do
fine.
not get the right to complain about pedantry when that's exactly what you're doing here.
I'm not okay. What would be pedantic is what you did earlier when I was like going through the names of your videos and asserting that they were like toy videos, and you were trying to talk about, oh, those aren't toy videos, and then you dragged us out way longer than it needed to over a fact that didn't change my point. That's pedantry, Lio. What isn't pedantry is when I go into a convoluted subject that you yourself convolute, and I have to point out the particulars because you yourself are being pedantic and trying to like use the nitty-gritty details to be like, well, technically I didn't lie. That's not pedantry. You're the one being pedantic here.
I didn't lie.
Okay, stop seconds. No. Hold on. Moderator point. We're at the hour mark. We have been going through like...
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we're at the hour mark. We've been going through Lio's points and arguing back and forth at them. Yeah, I want to give Kumu some space to make a couple of points of his, and then we'll see where we're at. We need to extend this. We started earlier anyway. I don't know how people are feeling. At least it's fucking heated. But, Kumu, please...
Thank you. I would like to make my points. Thank you very much. All right, Lio. So, firstly, because I actually have these organized, why have you been avoiding me?
Because you're a clown.
Okay, anything other than an opinionated statement?
It's more than what you got, but we'll go with that. You're a clown, you are a dishonest individual, you are a bad faith actor, you are incapable of keeping things straight, and you tend to like to do harassment campaigns when you don't get your way.
Okay, so well poisoning is your answer. Okay.
That is not what I said. But sure.
I'm satisfied with that. I mean, it was like probably the most childish response you could have given me. Because you ignored my friend requests, you ignored my many call-out posts, you left the group chats we were added to before I could even start typing, and you hide behind your platform and take shots and make baseless accusations. Yes, you hide behind your platform because you refuse to speak to me one-on-one. This is actually the first time in human history where you've been willing to speak to me publicly or even speak about anything to do with me publicly.
I owe
You
you
hide
something?
behind your platform and you take shots at me, whether it be in your Discord server or it be in your live streams where I cannot come on and say anything to defend myself. That is how you were hiding. That you never corroborate any of these claims you make behind the scenes with any evidence, to which you then use to justify your decision of avoiding me. You use all this to justify your decision of avoiding me and ducking my confrontation.
That's not what I said.
My final comment on that is, my opinion is that's objectively more cowardly than anyone else you've called a pussy.
I don't care. I don't owe you anything, and you're nobody to me. Why would I owe you a conversation?
It's not about you owing me anything, Lio. It's that you're a pussy. It's principle. It's the principle. It's the standards you set. It's the standards you apply to yourself and you apply to other people. It's only fair that I apply them to you in return.
You don't know how to apply standards in any situation, KUMO.
That's a very cool opinion, bro.
It's a factual opinion, bruh.
A factual opinion. That's a new one.
Yeah, just like all of your opinions. You sit there and you say they're fat, and you don't have to back them up because everybody knows. So why don't I play that same strat? You got anything else?
Well, Lio, actually, it would be the easiest thing in the world if you did take me up on that when I say everyone knows, and I tell you to just look it up, because you could then look it up, and then you would know if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, you made the claim, therefore the
nobody is stopping you from looking it up and then coming back.
You have the burden of proof, KUMO.
I typically do prove my assertions.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you really don't. Which is why I have an entire list here of things you haven't proved.
Why do you continue to lie and double down about the self-harm situation?
Because I'm not lying about it. You are.
You're a liar.
No, I am not.
Would you like some examples of how you've been lying?
Oh, but I have an entire script here about.
I'm asking you if you'd like examples of how you've been lying. You're just denying that you are, and I disagree with that. So I'd like to list examples.
But go ahead.
I'd like
to
list
take
examples to contest that.
Let KUMO just show it.
I literally just said go for it.
Okay. Example 1, you pushed this narrative alongside Hopeless Peaches that I made girls, plural with implications of force, cut themselves. Peaches literally stating forced. You initially didn't push back. But Peaches, my Peaches video, post my Peaches video, you joined in on this rhetoric after it got taken down and made comments about me in passing in unrelated videos where you levied predator accusations against people I have absolutely no relevance to.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
I'm talking about your Smash Bandicoot video.
Okay, pull it up.
Do you want me to like pull up fucking timestamps of every time you mention me on your channel?
Yeah, you already did once, and it wasn't saying what you said it said.
It literally did, but okay. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Live.
I know you are, but what am I?
Nuh-uh.
No.
Fucking retard. All right. And we have your channel link right here. Okie dokie. So, Lio, you can thank your previous pet retard, Crystal Flame, for giving me this awesome resource. Because what it does is it saves me hours of time trying to pull up your proof. You got proof? At least for things that are on your channel.
Probably shouldn't call Crystal that. That's kind of mean.
Wah, wah, wah. All right, if you'll bear with me for just a moment, it's got to dig through every single mention you've made of me. All right, are we in the screen share?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, man, you love talking about me. Let's see, how many pages of this do we have?
That's all from one video.
Oh, until we get back here, right? Okay. So, which first would you like your receipt for?
Let's talk about the Smash one first.
The Smash one. Okay, I like this one. Okay.
You could ask a YouTuber called KUMO how to do it. Like
who the fuck is that?
He's the real ringleader.
I don't want to know who he is.
Okay, Lio. I think we both know the context to this. I think someone here told Peaches to kill herself, right?
Actually, you'd have to wind it back. I don't remember everything about Smash Bandicoot.
Is find a sturdy beam and a nice strong rope, but that's just my personal opinion.
Oh.
Other people won't agree.
You could ask.
Mhm.
You could ask a YouTuber.
Oh!
How to do.
Oh, it was you telling someone to kill themselves, and then Peaches here interjects and says that I'm the expert. But here's where this gets interesting, Lio. This wouldn't have
Go
any
ahead.
relevance to you if you weren't nodding and going, contributing to it, right? So
Go
you
ahead.
were part of this comment,
play.
right?
So you're getting mad over
Yeah,
now, huh?
Who the fuck is
Oh,
that?
no, this is just
He's-
an
he-
example of Peach's rhetoric being your own.
Okay, Peach's rhetoric about you telling people to kill themselves.
No, we're getting to that. We're getting to
ahead.
the part. We're getting to the part where you're lying about the self-harm.
He's the real
I
ringleader.
don't want to know who he is.
Smash with the citation.
I miss
Okay.
Smash.
Shut up. There is nothing to laugh at.
I mean, there's a lot to laugh at. We're looking at him right now. You are a
Okay. So, Lio, if we're not going to feign ignorance
Mm-hmm.
here, that's clearly in reference to the final call I had in Senate, where you actually didn't have any issues with me regarding the self-harm problem.
because you fed me a sob story.
I didn't feed you a sob story, dude.
You did. You said that the girl
Mhm.
wanted it in your banner, which apparently
Yep.
she didn't. That's what
She
you told other
tried to
people.
contradict that fact, but there are plenty of other things to suggest that that was like not that's not like congruent to what actually happened.
Okay, so again, is the statement Peach is saying they're wrong?
Yes.
It's wrong that she said that you told people to kill themselves?
No. What's wrong is what's wrong is the call that Peaches is referencing here. Giddily.
I
like
mean,
that
again,
word, Italy.
did you or did you not tell somebody to kill themselves in that call?
Yes, and you should also.
All right, then how exactly is what she's saying or what they're saying?
What
that
she's
wrong?
saying, actually has less to do with the fact that I told her to kill herself, and more to do with the little the giddy little references she's making to the call itself.
So you're mad that Peaches was giddy about making a reference to the call?
Yes, a reference to a call that was objectively fucking awful that you're in the wrong for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, toughen up.
That's your response is cry about it for the fact that you were like in the wrong, that you lied.
I wasn't.
Because we
wrong, I
aren't
didn't lie.
even at the part where you've been lying.
I haven't lied.
Where
but go
you've
ahead.
been lying. Where you.
Nope.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. Here's the part where in post,
Mhm.
in a stark contrast to how you spoke to me in the call, and this seems to be where Peaches might have convinced you to be on the anti-KUMO rhetoric, right?
Go ahead.
I'll give you your chance to admit it or not if Peaches, coerced you into being this way.
I think instead you should just play the clip, put up or shut up. Gave KUMO too much.
Okay.
Way too much out of decisions I make. Because I can be impetuous. And there are times I give people way too much slack. Way more than they really should. Lord knows I gave KUMO too much.
How did you give me too much slack, Lio?
Because I should have torn into you the minute I found out about that. I should have kicked you the minute that was in your banner. And I should have taken you more to task for some of the other nonsense you were pulling.
What's the other nonsense I was pulling?
Just your typical rhetoric and how you seem to really hate trans people for some reason.
Oh, that's interesting. Can we discuss that after this?
Maybe.
Oh, what do you mean maybe? Don't run away from that. That's an interesting one. You can't just assert that and then run from it.
I literally have timestamps here of you calling people the T word.
Troon? Tranny?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's inherently what's wrong? How
What's
does that
inherent-
how does
what is
that inherently mean that
transphobic?
I hate trans people?
What is inherently transphobic about slurs that are made to demean people is what you're asking me.
Yeah, it would be transphobic. Yeah, it would be inherently transphobic if I was using it in a sense to demean trans people as a collective.
You did. You did.
I didn't
though.
use it to demean trans people as a
You don't
collective.
even know what calls I'm talking about.
Well, if you have timestamps, I'd love to get them later.
I do.
As soon as we get to this topic here that we're sort of divulging into, huh? All
Go
right.
ahead.
So you said you gave me too much slack because I'm transphobic and the self-harm thing. You should have tore into me more, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here's yet another clip.
KUMO. Let me see. Generic gray fish, $2. Lyle, can we have a court accounting?
I don't listen to anything that bitch said.
Chaotic Crypt, $2. Any plans on dealing with KUMO? Wait and see. Generic gray fish, $2.
That's pretty giddy
Lyle,
of
can
you.
we have-
Okay, hold on. Okay. So this is before This is before this upcoming live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I believe this live stream right here, where you're talking about Brian Mullins and Grimskull, was this? Do you recall if this was after my video on Peaches?
Actually, I don't, because I never actually saw your video on Peaches.
You didn't.
Nope, never watched it.
Okay, so you wouldn't have actually known that she was lying. Okay. You know, in that video on Peaches, I actually forgot to do this, but maybe you'll come around, Lio. She actually directly misquoted you, or not misquoted you, directly misquoted me with your own words from one of those calls. I don't know how you kind of take that rhetoric and you're so confident in it when it has whole
I got
very
my information. Where do you think I got it from? The information about you and that girl. Where do you think I got it from?
Oh, you got it from fucking the people who are posting it publicly.
No.
You got it from like Rumble and shit.
Rumble? Heck is Rumble?
Yeah, that's where the clip was posted to Rumble.
I didn't get anything from Rumble. I don't even know what Rumble is.
Rumble is where the clip was uploaded.
Okay, I didn't get it from there. That just proves you really have no clue where I got my information from.
Well, you seem to be like acting really proud of this. Do you want to share with the class where you got your information from, Lio?
Sure. Once we're done with your point, we can do that.
You can't just tell me who, and we can move on.
No, we can wait till you're done.
Oh wow, this sounds so important.
It's very important.
I mean, is KUMO done with the point? Like, or
oh no, we're still going through the fact that he's like lying. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we will. I will, because fuck KUMO. Not regular. We will survive. Just Jeff, Thomas.
Oh, why are these backwards? The fuck? Hour and 7. Okay. Hour and 7:05. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, KUMO?
Yeah.
What did...
Look at these silly adults and productive conversation. I work more than you do, boy, and I just don't make people cut themselves.
I love your
October 23rd.
Wait.
I love your reading comprehension, by the way. But you
I work more than you do, boy, and I just don't make people cut themselves. October 23rd.
Wait.
I work more than you do, boy, and I don't make girls cut themselves. Well, you do. That's pretty funny. But we're not going to get into that here. That's going to be in the video.
No, that's
going to be in the video. That's going to be in the video. No, if you refuse to tell me who your source was, I can.
Oh, I told you I'm going to.
I can refuse to divulge that. Okay. Then I'm going to tell you in my video. So you state here that you work more than I do. That's odd assumption, and that you don't make girls cut themselves. I don't make girls cut themselves, Lio.
You made a girl cut herself.
I didn't make her cut herself.
Oh, so you saying cut my name? Wasn't you doing that?
I didn't say cut my name.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You said mine. Bestie.
I said my name, Bestie.
Bestie.
I didn't say cut my name, Bestie.
She said whose name should I cut?
Oh, okay. So she was already going to cut.
So that's your defense?
Did I make her?
Did you leave the group chat?
No, I still have the group chat.
Did you have her put a wet paper towel on it when she was done?
Yeah, I made a joke after it because it was already done, yeah.
Did you tell her not too deep because you don't want to leave evidence?
Yeah, I continued to make jokes about it because I was uncomfortable.
Oh, so that's what we do now. When somebody's self-harming, we just make jokes about the self-harm that furthers it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect people to actually believe that?
Lio, people who are in stressful situations cope differently. I don't think you're really at liberty to act like an armchair psychologist or psychoanalyst here.
I am when you say some really goofy things that we can get into once you're done making your point.
So, Lio, you are conceding that I didn't make her, right?
No, I'm not.
So how did I make her?
I don't know where you got that from.
How did I make her?
By enabling it and being the catalyst.
Right, but that's not forcing.
Do you think when I say you made a girl cut herself that I mean you grabbed her hand and made her physically take the knife?
Well, that's what that implies. And you've actually changed your story before, Lio, because that's not the only way you've put it. Okay.
Hold on. So me pointing out that you stitching things together to make an implication, that's fine. But me making an observation about you and you enabling this, somehow
you're implying something that didn't happen.
No, I don't think I am, KUMO.
You are. You're saying I make girls cut themselves. Well, girls is plural, so that implies there's more than one person. And you said I make her do it. You said I make them do it. So that's implying that I force them to cut themselves. That's inherent.
Did you enable it?
Did I enable it?
Yes.
That's not the same as forcing.
It is when you want them to cut your name.
That's not how that works, Lyle. That's not forcing.
So this is what we're talking about, pedantry. You take such, and this is something actually somebody brought up me. You focus so heavily on very specific.
You require pedantry to make your point.
No, I don't require pedantry.
You
to make my
require
point.
pedantry to defend your point, actually.
No, I don't. Actually,
yes, you
Get
do.
that from his arm back.
You have to be very, you have to be very pedantic to sit here and like justify your wording, because I'm saying you made the implications, and that's false. That's not what happened.
That is what happened.
That's not what happened. I didn't make herself.
You enabled it, and then you further pushed it by telling her to put a wet paper towel on it and hang it up.
I further pushed it. Wouldn't putting a wet paper towel on it stop the bleeding?
You literally had her press it there just to get your name written in it, which is why you wanted her to hang it up. You didn't say put it on there, apply pressure, and put a bandage on. You said hanging up to her.
Do you know if I told her to bandage it afterwards?
Doesn't matter if you told her to bandage.
It actually does matter, because that's a direct contradiction to what you're trying to like harp on here.
What I'm harping on here is that you are deranged and that you're a liar.
No, I haven't. I actually haven't once lied here.
You have, actually.
No, not really.
Yeah. Are you sure? About
Lio,
that?
I said I just
sure?
pointed out how you're framing this to be different from how it actually was.
No, because I've seen
You're the one using semantics to make it sound worse than it really was.
You were completely calm. You weren't panicked. I've heard you.
I was completely calm. My voice was cracking.
No, it wasn't, Kumo.
Yes, it was.
You were laid back. Best.
My voice was cracking the entire time.
No, Kumo, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It cracked it like throughout that entire 2 minutes. It cracked like fucking, I think like 12 times. I was monotone. I was monotone.
Bestie.
Yes, that's monotone.
Not too deep. Don't want to leave evidence. Oh, I'm gonna get canceled over this, guys.
Yeah.
So monotone.
Yes, that's monotone.
Yes, you giggling.
Yes, Lio, my tone was very insincere. Are you gonna like weaponize incompetence and be like, oh, I wouldn't know it, I wouldn't understand, I wouldn't be able to read the room if that's the case because I'm autistic. I can't tell when someone's just being monotone from when someone's giddy.
Kumo, I've heard you panicked. That's not you panicked.
You've never heard me panicked.
I have. Because the minute Brion put that tweet out, you freaked out.
The minute Brion put that tweet out, I immediately got all my friends together in my server, so you actually wouldn't know, in my server, and we were like, yeah, this shit is obviously fake, but just to be sure, let's go through the server and check, and then let's also put it in Photoshop to raise the opacity, not the opacity, the fucking, the contrast and the brightness to see if it's been tampered with, if it's very obvious, and that was the easiest part. So I proved that it was fake because it was a very serious assertion. The fake screenshot where Brion was saying I had nudes of a 14-year-old, and then he posted that to Twitter in retaliation to us calling him out for trying to groom one.
Kumo, when you started
that's not panic.
Server, hold on. When you started that server and we got in that call, you were very flustered, you were very panicked, and you were worried somebody was going to run with it.
Dude, there were so many other people there that don't agree with you.
I don't care if they agree with me or not. I don't.
Okay, but you're like you're giving an anecdote. Can you prove that I was flustered and I was panicked when I started that server? Do you have that recorded?
Your entire statement that this isn't you being panicked is also anecdotal.
Yes, Lio, but it's valid when I make an anecdote about how I was feeling, not about what happened with someone else.
Unless I tell you that it's me giving an anecdote about
Okay. No. Because again, it's base thing of this is something that nobody holds. So you're right. It's both testimonial. People can make up their own minds. Kumo has been involved in other dramas, and so have you.
There's a big difference when he's making an anecdote about something that involves other people that other people can have anecdotes about, and I'm making an anecdote about something that's internal and is specifically to me. There's like a very drastic difference between.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Look, I don't disagree with you, but it's one of those things that as Lio can't provide evidence, and you're saying that that's what you sound like when you're panicked from like the call with the
No, I actually haven't given an example of how I sound when I'm panicked. I said that that's not. I said that I was panicked, but that's not how I sound when I'm panicked. Someone doesn't have to like Someone doesn't have to like one-to-one convey an expression to be feeling an emotion.
Sure. Like, okay, my point here is not to judge. My point is that I don't want to loop on a point that neither of you can verify. Does that make sense?
I mean, I can speak for myself, but he can't speak for me. That's kind of the point I'm making here.
I can speak for the observations I have about that and how you've reacted to
You're
it.
speaking.
And how
You're
This is why
speaking
we're gonna
about-
loop.
you're
This is
using-
why we're gonna loop.
Yeah, this is why we're looping, Lio, because you can't speak for me. You can speak for yourself if
I
that's
can
what you
speak.
thought. You can speak
can
for
speak for
you can speak for
observations.
yourself as to that's what you thought, but that's not a fact. That's what you thought. And you have to clarify that.
I think it's pretty factual that you weren't panicked.
I was panicked.
I don't believe you.
Cool, you don't have to, but I was panicked.
Oh.
And you
don't have the right to say-
and
and you don't-
monotone, and there's really no way you can like hyper analyze a monotone person to determine how they might be feeling.
You're not a
Because that's kind of the
monotone
entire
person.
point of monotone is it's
I-
not conveying
I
expression.
feel like we're hitting a brick wall there.
Yeah.
Well, then let's put it this way. Let's encap this. You cannot claim that I am lying when I am literally telling you I don't believe you.
No, you'd be lying when it's very like when you're changing your story, because
I'm
you've
not
actually
changing my
you've
story.
actually changed your story from I've forced girls and made girls to cut themselves to I coerced and convinced girls to cut themselves.
I didn't change anything.
You actually have.
I have not, Kumo, but if you want to feel better
Monstrous and
saying that you did,
Serafina,
go
would you
ahead.
like to chime
Read
in?
back
if
the
you've ever-
minutes.
You've ever heard any of that?
I'm sorry, could you ask that again?
Have you ever heard Lio say I've coerced or convinced a girl to cut herself?
No.
No, that's not something I've heard.
Monstrous, you didn't. I think Monstrous might actually, because you and Lio were in Serafina's server. I believe it was in Sarah's server, where you guys were talking about that situation where Lio said I was lying, and I think you also said I was lying. I believe that might be the particular instance where Lio said I convinced a girl to cut herself.
I would not remember at all.
Does anyone in the chat? Does anyone in the chat watching have that instance on hand or able to pull that up?
Yeah, like I'm not bullshitting, by the way. Like I literally
Yeah, no,
don't
I'm
know
not.
what you're
I'm not-
talking about.
Yeah, I'm not trying to detract from what you're saying.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, people. I mean, there's plenty of people here in my server. If you want to go looking for that, by all means.
Yeah, I would encourage people to find all the different instances, because there has been changes to the semantics used in describing it, saying I've convinced a girl, I made a girl, I got a girl to do it, I forced a girl to do it, all sorts of different changes. It might just be one word and it might seem very particular, but when you change out the verb, it actually changes the action entirely.
Gilded, can you tell me what you're referring to? I know you can't unmute, but point me the direction of what
What
you're
did Gilded say?
referring to. He said 2329.
Oh, which video is it? Oh, the addressing things video. Okay, there we go. Thank you,
Okay.
Gilded. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull that up. 2329.
Scroll down.
Ah, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, look at those messages.
Does that sound right? 2329? I don't think that's the right timestamp. I don't think I talked about Kumo before then.
Oh my God,
And I
please
could,
clear out your notifications. Oh my God.
What?
Oh, look at those tabs.
I know.
I can't talk. Mine are
His
worse.
claim of being my lightning rod is infuriating. Because even casual viewers would know that I was his. Anytime Peaches got
Chat
in
only
heat or an
ones,
argument on
chat
Twitter, I had to be there. I took the heat. I took the hits. I was used as a sword and shield by Peaches to both friend
29.
and foe. Even when he was completely in the wrong, I had to be the one to draw the attention.
After that point, I distanced myself from Thomas since rewatching the recording of the call I made to protect
Yeah,
myself.
this doesn't
after
seem to be
Brian's-
it, Gilded. Is it another? Oh, wait. Is it 12329?
You put it at 2350. People in the chat are saying you put it at 2355.
No, I put it at 20. I put it at 2359. It's too early in the video.
Did you all just like forget how to do like timestamps for this debate? Is that where we're at? Like fucking every single
No,
one?
this isn't one of my timestamps.
No,
This is one of
I
Gilded's.
know. I was referring to him and Lio. It's like yeah.
Oh yeah, because he keeps giving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to lighten the
Yeah, well,
mood.
Vlad said, "May the force be with you," and I personally take issue with that.
I'll say something real quick from the chat just to, I guess, clarify. So Trinket.
Oh, okay. No, it is 2329. Okay.
Yeah, Trinket looked at my server
And
says,
if so-
okay, there's very few results for Lio saying Kumo's name. Oh yeah, that chat is gone. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
pull it
there
up
we
real
go.
quick.
I knew it. Somebody in my chat might have the screenshot of it. I don't want to open shit on stream though, because I don't know who sent me what.
Okay, well, hold on a second then. Oh, okay, you're live as well, aren't you? Okay. Like, we can't, again, if we can't verify stuff, can we push
I'm
away
going and grabbing his
from it?
timestamp because Gilded pulled it up.
I do have some more things I want to go over here, but I suppose if Kuma wants to go over this with a more fine-tooth comb later, we could.
Okay, well, I think, yeah.
Let's move on to the next point so somebody can find it.
Yeah, okay.
More.
I've never justified Kumo pushing someone to self-harm. Kumo fed me a sob story that I didn't know what to do with. There's a
There it
difference
is.
here. Hate to tell you this, but I'm not magically...
Oh, so I pushed someone to self-harm.
Yep.
Okay, that's very different from making someone do it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is.
So is your argument ultimately down to the semantics of this?
Well, Lio, when you use semantics to demonize me, I don't think you really have room to complain.
There's a difference between demonizing somebody and telling the truth about them.
You're not telling the
I
truth. You're demonizing
I found the
me.
particular screen cap I think you're referring to. So, was it on the 25th of March?
It might have been. I think Monstrous and Lio were in the same screen cap.
Yeah. So Lio said on the 25th, it's meant to mock
Can
the
you send
fact
it?
that Sorry.
Can you send it to me too so I can pull it up?
Sure. Why not?
Thank you.
Go ahead and send that to you real quick. All right, there you are, Kumo.
Yeah, the sooner the better, because I want to go ahead and get this this point
There you
over
go.
because I have another example.
Is this what you're looking for?
And I even have timestamps, probably. Hold on. I think that might be one of them, but I know there's one where Monstrous just flat out said I lied. No shade to Monstrous, like she already apologized to me and we squashed it. It's meant to mock the fact Kumo got a mentally unwell girl to carve his name into her leg. Okay. That doesn't even look like blood. Oh yeah, in response to people writing my name in ketchup to make fun of you. Okay.
How is that making fun of me?
Because you're the one misrepresenting what happened.
I don't think I'm misrepresenting anything, and you said multiple times that you, in fact, in your 2 videos, that you regret that. So do you regret that doing that with that person or not?
Yeah, that actually fluctuated because now in hindsight, like hindsight is 2020. No, I actually wish I told her to kill herself because after I've had time to like reflect on the fact that she wasn't really joking about raping dolphins or molesting her dog, I don't regret that situation.
Well,
having hindsight.
Well, the problem with that is, okay, firstly, I'll level you on one thing. I do empathize with you about some of the things that you say she put you through. Obviously, I went through similar things with Peaches. The issue I have with your video on Asta is you make a lot of claims that you have, like, literally no evidence for.
Yeah, and I actually stated in those videos that I wasn't like I didn't feel I felt very conflicted about putting everything out there, like the chat logs and the group chats and everything, which I've like ever since that video of like offered full transparency, which like barely anyone's taken me up for. I'm sure Sarah, Beckett, and Monstrous could like corroborate that. I've been very transparent ever since that video dropped.
Okay.
But where I'm getting to is I actually stated multiple times in Senate, even in those recorded calls, that there were things going on behind the scenes that I wasn't divulging into that I've later come out about because I didn't want to feel like I was throwing her under the bus to save my own skin. It was all just down to principle. And those are things that I've been consistent about for the longest time.
All right, so let's take this back a step, okay?
Uh-huh.
I will say this. I am sorry that I did not seem safe enough for you to bring that to me. Because if I did know that somebody was doing that to you, I would have at least tried to help you with something. That's on me. I am sorry that this person took advantage of you. That is awful. That is terrible. And you don't deserve that. Whatever issues I have with you, that's not okay. If you do genuinely think I'm wrong, which is not the same as thinking that I'm a liar, because I'm not lying. I'm basing it off information I've gathered from your videos, not from some billion-dollar third-party source or any other nonsense like that. If you are genuinely offering true transparency on this, I will take you up on that.
For sure. Yeah, I tried. I recall offering it to you before, but it seemed like you didn't really want it.
Well, here's the thing, Kumo. Part of the problem when it comes to you, and I have the same problem, so I can capitulate this with you. You and I both have a bad habit of coming off like absolute dicks, regardless of what we're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's part of it. If instead of trying to rush around and try to get me in group chats, you had just said, "Hey, can we talk about something?" It would have been a bit different.
we did talk. That's what I did, and then I offered in that discussion. No, you and I talked privately. We talked privately, and then I remember that concluding, and you saying it was just down to optics, and that you personally didn't want to have me around the server because you felt like it was going to bother everyone else.
That's actually not what I said, Kumo. I said that you've got some trouble on you, and that you have every right to grow, but it doesn't have to be in my spaces.
Yeah, and I respected that. And I recall we only ever had that particular dialogue because you were under the impression I was just mad that I got banned from Senate. And I was like, no, dude, it's not that. It's the fact that I'm getting like harassed and fucking berated, and people are coming to my friends or anyone I talk to and saying, oh, by the way, he does this. Watch out. He's like a pedophile or some shit. That's why we had issues.
I want you to go and I want you to look at our DMs and see the exchange before we had that call. And I want you to keep an open mind when you do it.
Yeah, it was confrontational. Yeah.
Okay, when you're trying to have an actual heart-to-heart with somebody, and I'm learning this too, okay? Because I come from a military household, we're dickheads. I'm just saying, like, in general.
But our dialogue verbally, I remember being a lot more civil than how you and I were bickering over text.
It absolutely was. But here's where I'm standing from my position, okay? And hopefully this perspective will give you a little bit more into why I have been treating you the way I have. We had that call. Then you show up in my live stream and you act goofy for some reason. Then I find out you're in Fox Mafia.
Okay, to be fair, hold on. To be fair on those two, one, you didn't know the extent, and if you did actually look at my involvement in Fox Mafia, you would see that none of them liked me, and I was very mean in there. And two,
I saw that.
I don't know why you acted like I was friends with them. And
no,
two,
hold on,
but secondly, I'm sorry, but I just have to point out that secondly, I came into your live chat and I was it was a very ambiguous joke, and you could have just you two could have taken it on the chin, but instead you got really fucking personal about it. Like, do you know, if I come in and I say you guys are being productive adults contributing to society, cat face, and then you get really defensive about that just implies that you aren't. You could have rolled with that so easily, but instead you chose to get really defensive about it.
Then let me explain this to you. So you on your, what was it? Can't remember if it was your part 2 of addressing the allegations or if it was on your a bit of context video, but you talked about how Asta essentially had you in a stranglehold, right?
Yeah, I said there was a lot of emotional manipulation.
There is no way.
I explained that there was romantic interest there, and that she was utilizing that to rope me into it. And I offered the group chats, and I believe I actually screen shared you the group chats because I showed you that they were trying to desensitize me to self-harm Twitter and shit, and they were victim blaming Bianca Devins and stuff.
Okay, I'm going somewhere with this. Okay.
There
is no way, and even Vlad picked up on this. There is no way I could have just ignored it or taken it on the chin. If you actually go back and listen, I'm trying to move away from it the entire time. I'm trying to go back and read what's on the screen, and Peaches just keeps bringing it back to you, bringing it back to you, bringing it back to you. If I had shut her down, it would have been another 3-hour call of her saying that I don't care and that she wants to kill herself. So I get it on that end. But
I asked you about that earlier, if she had any influence on the way you were responding the way you were. Because I actually have screenshots between her and Jordan where she's insinuating that she sort of guilt tripped you. Where she details that she was bringing up, oh well, what if it was me? Would you care? You just don't care about people with self-harm. Oh, I'm not part of this family, and she expressed that you were clearly frustrated. And to me, that seems like guilt tripping. But you know what? I decided not to speculate on that too much because I don't know the intricacies of your
there was a lot of
relationship at the time.
I'll be blunt. There's a lot of guilt tripping, and I think you could see that just in the video that I put out. But here's what I'll do. If there's full transparency, and you and I will sit down, we're not going to have a whole bunch of people with us, just you and me, one-on-one.
Yeah.
We're going to look through this. And if I find sufficient evidence that counters what I've seen currently, I will issue a retraction. I will make it very clear to not blackball you.
Dude, I'll give you the fucking chat logs. I just don't. But even
then,
I don't know why. I don't even know why. Even if anything that was being said about me had any credence, why is this fucking evil, this evil Voldemort thing where I need to be treated like a pedophile? If it was a kink, Lio, if it was a kink, why is that anyone's business?
Number one, you said it wasn't.
I said it wasn't for me. I said it was for her.
Yeah, but we're talking about for you.
Yeah, I said for me it wasn't a kink. I was getting roped
Yeah.
into it. I
So-
was actually, but I feel like I need to clarify with you. I said it wasn't a kink for me, specifically when I was referring to my own developed habits of self-harm. To clarify that I wasn't doing it for pleasure, and that I also didn't take pleasure in the clip, like in the events of that clip.
Let's go back a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So, I'm not aware anybody was treating you akin to a pedophile. If they did, that's wrong, and I'm sorry that happened. Genuinely. If people don't want you in their spaces, obviously they're not obligated to have you there. Just like if people don't want me in their spaces, they're not obligated to have me here. If you have been literally blackballed to the level a pedophile would be, that's not okay. Like, I'm just telling you that right now. That's not. And I wouldn't push that either. Peaches did have a lot to do with how I responded to certain things, and some of that I'm still somewhat unlearning. However, I think that there's still issues with what you did, and I think there are better ways to deal with it, talk about it.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20.
Well, obvious, it is. Me too. But I think that what you're doing right now, to where you're just essentially running with it as it's not something I care about, or that I don't regret it anymore, I think that's going to do damage to you in the long term, because it's terrible.
What damage is there to do, dude? I'm treated in the same regard as a pedophile because I enabled a self-harmer who wanted to rope me into self-harming.
Okay, hold on. When I say harm to you, I don't mean how you're perceived by the community. I mean, literally, it's going to mess you up as a person, because I'm not going to go into detail about this, because despite the shots we've taken at each other, I'm not going to degrade you for what your struggles are, like, internally. But I think I'm not going to. And if I did do that earlier, I do genuinely apologize. The reason I came in...
Done it for like the last year, though.
Have I? Have I made fun of your mental
Yeah,
struggle?
we were just going over... No, I've seen you commenting about me in your server, and I've seen what you said about me in passing. We were just going over the clips earlier, and you've like frequently called me a lying, degenerate scumbag. Even if you weren't referring to me, I've seen your text messages with Galbanum, and even if you weren't like referring to me specifically, I kind of got the impression you were alluding to me when you said like zoophile and pedophile apologist.
Back up. If you read the text, like actually read it, it was in relation to mongrel.
I have the ones where you actually directly mention me.
All right, we can go over that if you want. Okay. But when I talk about like pedophile and zoophile, that's in relation to mongrel. I literally mentioned Nil's hanging out with people like mongrel.
You're saying Nil. You're saying that about Nil. You were actually referring. So the discussion was about me and how Jordan and Jay and Opal came to me. And it was sort of this like well poisoning, and then you went on to talk about if they want to go talk to like zoo and pedo apologists, whatever, something like that. I can go dig up the screenshots, and we can have like a one-on-one dialogue after this. If you want
absolutely. Maybe not immediately after this. Maybe not immediately after this, but I do have next week off work. I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you about this, like genuinely. It was never my intention, and I know that probably means very little. It was never my intention to deride you for your struggles mentally. It isn't, like, genuinely. I'm looking through your videos because I did so as a refresher course before I came in here. What you went through is awful. And
did you look through your video though?
No,
because I haven't. And I'm not trying to. Okay, by this point, I appreciate the transparency. So I'm not gonna like ride your ass about the self-harm subject anymore. But like, if I really wish you would have looked at your own video, because the other example I was going to get to is that you asserted that in your video that it was because Asta was mentally ill, that she was incapable of consenting, and you completely disregarded the fact that we both might share the same mental illnesses. And then like you kind of acknowledged that bad things did happen, and then you immediately like revoke that by going on to state the following, that it doesn't matter, that sort of context doesn't matter because I'm still lying about it, in quotes.
Okay. So my direct question to you, Kumo, is do you feel hurt by what I've said?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like your words hurt me. It's the effects your words have on like audiences like yours and other people's audiences that have bothered me.
Kumo, I want you to just walk with me on this here. You stated in the last conversation you and I had that you and I still had a decent rapport, and that you were appreciative.
Yeah, we should have. I was kind of surprised that you hated me after that.
I don't hate you, Kumo. I really don't.
Sorry.
I've been mad at you,
I find a lot of your actions to be asinine, and I find a lot of them to be petty and needlessly spiteful. But I don't hate you.
I think I'm a little bit entitled to that that sort of vitriol and
You could be, but I'm trying to
okay.
go somewhere with this. Okay. I think whether or not a community rallied around my words does obviously have some sort of impact, but I also think there's on a personal level you actually do feel hurt. And I would like to acknowledge that if that is true. And I am sorry if that hurt you.
Well,
and if
Lio,
you
and I were never friends. It's not the fact that like I thought you didn't like me that really bothered me. It's like fine, you know, I can't please everyone. If you don't like me because I attacked Peaches, that's fine or whatever. It was like what affected me negatively, Lio, and really affected my mental health, Lio, is when you and Peaches say these things with like, from my perspective at least, no real regard for the truth after I've like offered you transparency. It's kind of like the world is against me by that point. You have an audience that I think I think it's safe for both of us to admit that like your audience is probably the majority of it is from like pedo hunting. At least the majority of it that actually engages with the content and the people you talk about, they probably come from pedo hunting or commentary shit, which aren't entirely mutually exclusive. And so that sort of audience being told all these things about me, and that sort of audience being weaponized, whether it's by you or Peaches, or whether it's by someone else entirely, or it's in the Discords and it's not on fucking, or if it's in like the Discords and stuff. Because I know there was like a whole server dedicated to telling people in that audience and gossiping and shit. And I think there was definitely a lot of ripple effect, even if there was no dedicated video to me. I think that is significantly had a bigger impact on me, just due to the fact that when you guys did that, a lot of the audience, I think that's why like Gilded calls them sycophants. They're like very unhinged and fanatic. Like there was no need, if like people think it's weird, or if they didn't like something that happened in my past or a choice that I made in my past that I had already expressed remorse for, if they just didn't like that, then there's no need to go around trying to ruin any connections I make in the future, and try to like stunt my growth. Like I wasn't there was very little in the way of justification, and if anything, it's actually very undeniable that people were trying to treat me in the same vein as a pedophile, because that whole self-harm thing, and I think you might even remember comments like this, because I think you kind of like nodded along to people making comments like this, but they've used like that self-harm thing to be like, oh, he must have some dirt in his closet. I need to dig into him relentlessly until I find something, because this guy's got to be a pedophile. Like,
Do you think I nodded along to something like that?
You definitely didn't contest it, but there were times
Are we
that
talking about
definitely did
comments?
see you. Yeah, not comments, like messages in your like Discord in the Senate before. I remember
apparently
seeing a lot of stuff like that.
Here's the thing: there's a lot of messages, even in my new server, that I
Yeah, I don't
missed 'cause I'm
expect
not
you to
near
remember it
like
off the
him.
top of your head, but I
can pull it
remember
up at a
these
later
things
point if you have it.
Yeah, we can pull it up at a
Yeah.
later point. But my
Okay.
point is, Kumo, I am willing to sit down and do this with you. I don't need you to just hand me the logs, because logs are good, but talking to the person that's involved with them tends to do a bit better. So I'd like to do that for you. And if I
Okay.
come away with a different takeaway, then I will issue the retraction. I will give you a public apology, and we will move on. And I'm okay with that. There's still some
Alright.
bad habits and bad behavior. Specifically what is the phrase? Guilt by association, and I'm still trying to work out. Like genuinely, I am. I'm not.
Yeah, I
shirking
wish
away from it.
you guys
It's
didn't
a
hate
struggle.
Endless so much. She's just a silly goose.
In-law, I have my own issues with, but my DMs are also open to her if she wants to talk.
Well, you shouldn't have any issues with her. She was just like being critical. You know,
Well,
she
it's
was
not her
critical of
being
both parties.
her being critical isn't the issue I have, but that's also between in-law and I, not you and I. But there
Okay.
are some things I would like to go over since we've only got about another 12 minutes.
Yeah, I'm actually almost done, surprisingly enough. Well, it seems like a lot of these I don't even have to go over, because it seems like you're willing to concede after I show you this stuff. But I guess like with the current knowledge, Lio, I think this is an appropriate question to ask you. Do you think it's okay to refer to me as a freak or a degenerate with like the very obvious knowledge that I'm mentally ill, and I suffer from serious mental illness?
I think that is a valid concern, and I apologize. And I
Okay.
won't do it going forward.
That is a valid concern.
With the context of like my emotional connection with Asta, which I never kept a secret, like why did you like dismiss those details when it's very relevant that someone had an emotional connection before they did something that's very out of character? Can you say in confidence that like you thought I did things like that before that, or was it a shock? Because I remember it being a shock to the Senate, and I was like, yeah, it's weird, and I was even like for a loop. I didn't understand everything as it was happening. Like
Here's why I made that qualifying statement. Now let's go ahead and take everything you say about Asta as 100% fact. I know you can't prove some of the things, but let's just assume that it is. As terrible as Asta is, I still believe allowing, enabling, whatever word you want to use here, that is still out of line. I do agree with that I still think that that's still out of line.
Yeah, nobody's ever contested that, not even me.
Well, the thing is, you say you don't contest it, but then you also flip-flop back and forth on whether or not you're sorry for it.
Yeah, well, I was trying to make this point earlier, Lio. It's hard to be sorry for something when nobody has to accept my apology, but I don't have to be sorry for it when it's like constantly being weaponized against me to like demean me as a person and like beat me down for like an entire year. I don't need to be sorry for it at that point. And I don't need to be sorry for it. I don't need to be sorry for it in hindsight now that like I now know things that I didn't recognize back then about like who Asta was as a person. Like I don't think I need to be remorseful by this point.
The thing is, I don't agree with that, because let's take a look into context, okay? The thing I'm getting the most heat about is the Rosa call. And I could sit here and say, well, I'm not sorry about it because I'm getting roasted for it or getting grilled for it, but the truth is I am. I've been sorry about that call for a while, and I'm probably going to be sorry about that call until the day I die, regardless of what Rosa has or hasn't done or whatever. People harping about it doesn't change my remorse, doesn't change what I did was horrible and I should have done.
It shouldn't for you. It shouldn't for you, but I'm not
so why does it for you?
You have, well, that's because you and I apply different standards to ourselves. Like I'd say a big difference between you and I is I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, you don't have to agree, but I think it's very immature to impose your morals and your beliefs onto other people, because morals are very arbitrary and they vary from person to person. And I think it's like screaming at a brick wall when I sit here and try to impose what I believe onto other people. And on top of that, I don't apply the same standards you do to yourself. So yes, for someone who like holds people accountable and actually like gives a fuck about those things, I can understand why you expect that of yourself, but I don't hold that standard to myself, because I'm not someone who like holds people accountable and is about like all the morals and shit. I'm not someone who's like, I maybe you'll shock Pikachu face about this because you haven't really paid attention to me, according to you, but like Lio, whenever I have shit with people and then they come to like hash it out with me, I don't know why it's always a surprise, but I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna rub your nose in it. I'm over it now. If people would just like, if someone is like lying and then they concede and they like apologize or whatever, it doesn't even have to be public, but as long as they apologize and they don't double down after that, I don't feel inclined to rub someone's nose in it. That's my personal standard. That's what I feel like being the bigger person is. And that's arbitrary and personal to me. Now, what you might feel is being the bigger person and what's the morally correct thing, is like, that could be entire. I don't even think I could say what that is for you, because only you would know that.
I think that can be fair, but I think we're just of two different minds about all this. But I think that you have to come
to
to
different generations, so
obviously. Which, by the way, I will say as a point of goofiness, do you really think the reason why I call myself a boomer is to try to lord some age thing over people?
No, I think when you call everyone kid and you talk down to them like they couldn't possibly know what they're talking about, I think that's you trying to like flex seniority, and then it kind of just gets a little like, I don't know, for me it's like an annoying little like pet peeve of like hypocrisy when I see you like infantilize yourself with age. You're like, I'm old, I can't, come on, I'm old. And
just to be clear as well with this one, the boomer,
I'm old, I know more than you.
The boomer LARP thing is a me thing, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely say with my time with him, like for about 7 years, like almost every time he's gone about the whole boomer spiel, it's probably because he got something wrong on his computer, like, you know, disconnecting his audio, disconnecting his fucking audio, and then spending $1,000 to fix the computer.
At one point, I do remember there was like, I do remember at one point it was kind of used to excuse certain language usage. And like, don't get me wrong, I think it's fine, dude. I think if you grew up in a completely different era, you don't have to conform to like the social norms that everyone else did. I think that's a really stupid rule. It's very arbitrary. I think it doesn't really. I think it's everyone's choice to. It's a choice to participate in whatever they want to participate in, like in terms of like socially. So I don't know, but I do recall you using it because you were saying, you know, these are words you used when you were growing up. Which actually, on a funnier note, Lio, I kind of wanted to like poke at you about this. Like, you don't swear, right?
Yep.
Because you're a Christian.
That's part of it.
Okay, but did you know, Lio, that using words in place of a swear is still swearing? And you actually do use a lot of swear words that you might not be aware of.
Well, we can have a talk about that later if you want.
I think that's just a funnier, lighthearted note to have. Like,
well, we can do that later.
Okay.
Do you have any other points to go across before I?
Yes, the last point I really wanted to go over with you was the whole talking point about me being a sexual harasser.
Okay, before we do that, because we are approaching the 2 hour mark, do you guys want to go into overtime?
A little bit, because I do at least 30 minutes, because I do have things I actually absolutely need to bring up with KUMO here.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay, cool. KUMO, we're going to do your point. I'm going to read some very quick things because people have been generous, and then we'll do Lio's section in overtime. Okay, cool.
Okay. So where is it? It's about the sexual harassment. Where is it? I wrote all these notes down. Me.
Yes, the chat can take a pee break right now.
Okay, well, while you look for your point, then I'll just do my quick one with that then.
Because no one cares, Vlad. No one cares about you.
Okay? This is a poor Vlad. Okay, very quickly. Beckett is earning it, and Jenny needs to be fed for 10. Thank you. I've loved the stars. Lio, you're embarrassing yourself from Abel. No Lio whining about semantics when that's all he did during the Stardust / Barb call. I cannot with this hypocrite. And kind of weird how respectful he is here versus how he acted with Barb and Stardust, both from Plainful. Thank you. KUMO, go.
Okay, Lio, so something you say is I'm a sexual harasser, and I imagine the instance you're referring to when you make that claim is you're talking about Beta Brush, no?
There were multiple instances, but Beta Brush was the one that I had direct evidence for, yes.
Do you have other instances that you'd like to name off?
I mean, you literally said that you'd rape me.
Yeah.
Are we back to this? Is it gonna be like the Vlad call?
Yeah, I don't deny that. Okay. So, Lio, are you aware that Beta Brush has publicly stated that he knew it was a joke?
Nope.
Okay, well, he has. So it wouldn't be sexual harassment. Because not only that, Beta Brush doesn't have a problem with me, and it would be... Sorry, I have to ask you this. Do you agree that it should be his prerogative to report me to the police if he feels he was sexually harassed?
I believe he should, yes.
Okay, but if he doesn't feel he was sexually harassed, is he obligated to report me to the police?
Obligated to? That's a bit tricky.
Well, if he doesn't feel like it was, is it sexual harassment?
Well, I think, yeah. Because regardless of whether or not somebody feels like something is, doesn't detract from what it is. If somebody were like to call me a slur, I could say all day long, I don't think it's a slur, but it still is one.
Well, when it comes to sexual harassment, it's really down to it really comes down to an equation. It's a concept. It's a social construct. So like sexual harassment is like sexual harassment, Lio, is like uninvited sexual comments and attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if someone after the fact is okay with it, then it's not sexual harassment. That's kind of what flirting is.
No, because
yes.
that still
if you don't read the room enough, then it's uninvited. If you read the room and you think it's invited, then like it's not sexual harassment. Just flirting.
Flirting is not the same as sexual harassment.
Well, Lio, for someone for a lot of people to invite sexual comments and attention, they have to give unsolicited sexual comments or attention, and then it has to be reciprocated, and then it typically becomes sexual harassment when it persists and it's not reciprocated.
Or when it's just unwanted sexual attention, which is what the word is defined as.
Okay, so for it to be sexual harassment is like a verb. And so for it to be like harassment, like for it to be like sexual harassment, I think one potential qualifier might be the other person has to be under the impression that it's unwanted. So like if two people are like flirting back and forth and they're both being sexual, but one of them doesn't like it, it doesn't mean that, I don't think that inherently means that person was sexually harassed if it was invited.
Well, then let me be direct. Did Beta Brush tell you to tell him that you were going to rape him?
Huh?
Did Beta Brush tell you to tell him that you were going to rape him?
Well, that's your job to know.
The answer is no. He didn't, which is why you said.
How do you know that?
Okay, I'm asking you then, since you were there. Did he?
Well, that's your job to know. You're the one making the assertion.
I'm asking you directly. If my assertion's incorrect, I can retract it.
We're not gonna go into a loop again. Just go.
Okay. So, all right. So that's your job to corroborate that, since that was your assumption. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next point about sexual harassment. I have a bunch of like little mini bullet points just so we can kind of knock these out the park. Alrighty. So I don't really care if you personally think it was sexual harassment, Lio, because they were jokes made in the appropriate space. It's sort of like the unspoken rule that anything goes in blood sports. And so if someone wants to come in and satirically threaten to rape you in a blood sports server, you can't really Pikachu face about that or say you were like, or like act like anything was very sincere there, because it's a space meant for harassment. You came in here to scream at me, but I didn't get shocked that you were trying to yell at me in this call. Because I knew that this was a blood sports server. I knew that you could come in here and say anything, no matter how vitriolic or untrue or mean-spirited it was. I knew you were going to come in and say that. And so I don't get to like later go on and Pikachu face about my treatment in this call, because I knew what it was when I came in. And so did Beta Brush. But even then, Beta Brush doesn't particularly think he was sexually harassed, and he doesn't agree with you sort of using this, like weaponizing this against me. He's actually publicly stated this. I can give you a link and a timestamp if you want.
Sure, we can discuss it later if you want.
Okay. So do you agree with that, at the very least?
I think that you kind of tripped up on yourself there and you didn't catch it. You can't say that something's acceptable in a space and then literally call it harassment.
There are spaces where harassment is acceptable, like comedy shows. Like you can go to a roast session where people are meant to say mean, uninvited things to you. And sort of just the fact that you know why you're going there for these things to happen is your invitation. But as a concept for them to be funny, they are uninvited things.
Broski, that's not what harassment.
That's like going to a strip club and like complaining that someone flashed you their tits, Lio.
Okay, but in a strip club, you are going there for the strippers. People don't go into Bloodsport servers to get told they're going to be raped.
Yes, they do inherently.
No,
they go in there. They go in there specifically knowing that this is a possibility.
No, not everybody does, which is one reason why I didn't share the link, because I knew what people would do if people from my server, who could very well be people struggling, that's exactly what they'd be met with. It's saying that it's not harassment, but it's harassment. It's kind of goofy.
So Lio, you're saying you didn't share the link. You're saying you didn't share the link because they couldn't handle it, right?
Because I don't want to subject people to things like that when they are troubled or it triggers them.
Okay, but you're doing that because you acknowledge that these things were already known to happen in this space.
I know, yes.
So if someone sets the okay, but like so does everyone else. I don't know. Are you speaking for your entire community that they couldn't expect that to happen?
Considering how many people found the link and came in here and were shocked at how many times people were talking about raping each other, it's pretty clear it's not everybody, KUMO.
Yeah, but outliers aren't like the definer.
So the definer is just what you think the definer should be.
Well, the majority of people are the majority of the people in the server and the people watching these streams, and they aren't Pikachu facing at the fact that I said I'm going to rape you.
I've been getting a bunch of texts this entire time. That's interesting.
What the fuck? That's so random.
Yeah. I wonder if they realized. Yeah, actually, I did.
Oh, you did get a pizza. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Bingo. I got bingo.
Are we going to continue the point, Lio?
If you want to. Again, I've still got stuff I need to go through.
Okay. Well,
Hold on.
I guess
hold on 1 second
Okay.
before we continue. Mods, how much longer do we want to keep going for?
I'm prepared to. I think. Do you know what? I think this has been interesting, and also we had a nice hug boxy moment, and loads of people fell asleep.
Okay.
So, I look. I'm happy to run through Lio's points. So I'm saying 30 to 45, and I know that some people are going to want questions afterwards.
Another 20
I'm
minutes.
literally
I'll give
almost
it-
done though. I'm at
Yeah.
the last bullet point.
I'll give
Yeah, I
it
can
half
stay
on
another
the hour.
25.
Okay,
Go ahead,
another
Kumo.
25 minutes then.
Alrighty.
I'll quit.
So Lio, the only real issue I have with like you calling me a sexual harasser, it's like it's fine if you want to use that to demonize me and be like, he's a freak, he's gonna threaten to rape you, and he might actually do it. Maybe like that's fine. I think that's funny actually. I think it's funny that someone could like hear a rape joke, and then immediately assume that the person who made that rape joke is going to rape them. I think that's absurd, and I think that's kind of funny. I don't really mind that. But what I do actually take issue with, Lio, is you're kind of like you're very like gung ho, and you're kind of like trying to die on this moral hill. But I have a list of people that I can actually prove you've sexually harassed in the past.
Okay.
Okay, so we agree that sexual harassment as a concept is uninvited sexual comments or attention.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to list off the following that you've. I'm going to list off the following 3, and just know that these are not the only people you've done this to. I have other examples that I could pull up, but I think that would just drag us too far out into the weeds. You've sexually harassed Jax, you've sexually harassed Jibs, and you've sexually harassed Rosa.
Oh, we're not gonna hold on the first one. That's just like that fucking. I think
no,
that
we
was.
No, Jax gave permission.
Oh, okay,
I made the
cool.
exception.
Okay, cool. Fair. Sorry.
Well, then I
Do you contest
hold
this
on.
fact, Lio?
Hold on. Oh, let's back up. So you're saying Jax gave permission?
Yes.
Jax gave permission that he could
Well,
be
that's
a
complete.
talking point.
That's completely different than things he's told me recently. He didn't want to be
That's
talked about or
completely different
mentioned.
to what
You
he
can-
told me
You
to.
can take it up with
but
him.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything up with him. That dude's weird.
Okay.
I can absolutely admit that those are misconduct on my end that would fit that bill. Yes.
Okay. So by like your own logic in your video, like shouldn't we all be reporting you to the police because you're dangerous, and you actually by that very logic, you also shouldn't be running the server you have with all these quote vulnerable people in it?
I'll disagree with the latter part, but if you want to report me to the police, you have my information. Go for it.
So everyone who's witnessed that by your own standards should be allowed to report you to the police.
I
for doing
literally
these
just told
things.
you that. Yeah.
Okay.
I literally just said
So is it fair to characterize you as a sexual harasser? Since you have like multiple
I believe
people
you
you've done
can.
it to over the
I
years.
believe you can absolutely point out that my behavior in that case is wrong and that I did that. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Okay. Can I just go over some examples for the audience listening so that they know this
I
isn't
think
like
they know.
me baselessly asserting something?
Everybody's heard the Jibs calls and everybody's also heard the Rosa call and the Jax call. So I don't.
Well,
think
yeah,
you
but
need-
just for the sake of being like concise, they're all really short.
I don't think you need to, Kumo.
I would really like to.
Does the chat want it?
Yeah,
Chat, who asked the chat,
Would you like to hear my examples just so you guys sort of have like a corroboration from me? Because I know me and Lio understand what we're talking about, but I don't think the chat is up to speed on what we're talking about.
Okay, they're conceded points. I can only really see.
I don't want to list these examples to drive it home. I just want to corroborate what I said.
Seems like most people are saying no, or like
I'm getting yeses in my chat.
Oh, I was looking at the Discord chat.
Yeah, I've got yeses in mine. I've got yeses in mine. Okay, just run through.
Okay, I only have 3 short examples. All right, so firstly, okay, you said to Jax, "I know your mom is a dumb slut, and you need to stop acting like her."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You also called Jax a faggot, which is a comment about his sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's inherently sexual too. And I think he made a joke about fucking your mom, and then you made a very descriptive joke about Jax wanting to have sex with old women.
Yep.
Okay. About Jibs, you debated his sexuality on the basis of him being groomed by Vita, and you called him a fleshlight at one point.
I don't recall that part.
It actually came with a lot of what you and your community call slut shaming, but it was in a similar vein where you guys sort of call whoever you're dogpiling a whore and imply that they can't keep their legs closed, in a much similar vein to like Mint Heart and Beryl.
Okay, continue.
Okay. 3, I think you and I were supposed to sort of, you and I think D Weasel were going to talk about this. I don't know where this concluded, but really 3 is just something I wanted to ask you about rather than an example. I heard rumors and was shown recordings of testimony of people in your Book of Omens server who were teenage AFABs. One of them was 16, and I believe the other one was 17, turning 18. And there was a rumor of them being sexually harassed, and I was also shown testimony of them saying they were sexually harassed by someone who was previously on your mod team until, and this is alleged because I'm going to ask you if this is true or not, if that they were harassed by someone who was on your like mod team in that server. Is there any weight to that? Is any of that true? Am I getting something mixed up?
No, there is no weight to that. It is something that I've dealt with now 2 times, and there's people in Guac who can also tell you that, and I brought in other people to corroborate the fact that there wasn't somebody being sexually harassed.
Okay. I was just asking you about that. So if that's not true, then that's water off a duck's back at that point. And then lastly, the example I wanted to bring up is, do you remember these sort of phrases like cock holster, sit and spin, any figure of speech that also doubles as like a sexual euphemism or is rooted in sexual subjects? Huh?
Sit and spin's a child's toy.
No, sit and spin implies to sit on your thumb, like put your thumb up your ass and turn and twist.
I thought it was a toy.
Maybe it was a toy, but then again, you have to. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch considering a lot of children's toys have very inappropriate names given context.
I thought the implication was to just sit and spin in circles, weirdo.
No. So also, well, okay, Lio, you can call me a weirdo, but you were saying it in the context, in place of a term like "go fuck yourself." That was the colloquial usage you were using it in.
How is sit and spin sexual?
You're saying you were using it in place of "go fuck yourself." That's also inherently sexual. It's rooted in a sexual subject.
It's not, because I could just say "get over it" as well. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's actually very different from "go fuck yourself,"
which is a lot different from sit and spin.
No, get over it is like telling someone to get over it, like drop it. Like that's a different figure of speech from "go fuck yourself."
How about piss off?
A figure of speech is like if you tell someone to go fuck themselves, you can say, "Oh, I don't literally mean go finger yourself."
That's not what sit and spin means, though. That's my point. You're saying that it's
that
in
is
place
what
of
sit
this,
and spin
but it's
means.
not.
That is what sit and spin means.
Yeah, move on from this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay.
I don't mean to get into the weeds about it, but you use a lot of sexual, you use a lot of sexual terminology.
I think you've displayed examples that show your point, and that Lio's conceded to the point anyway. Okay. And we've only got 20 minutes, and I want to be able to give Lio time
for whatever Lio wanted to discuss.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Let's move on then. Okay, so I have a lot of things here, but we can get into the weeds about some of this stuff later.
We can schedule a part 2 if you want.
Pick 1 or 2, or part 2.
Oh, I'm not putting Beckett through that. Okay,
Thank you.
so in your...
Beckett loves this.
I fucking. I'm good.
He's tired of
Beckett was in pain earlier.
Okay.
So in your video, a little bit of context. You're trying to put more information out about what you went through with Asta, right?
Yes.
So if that was what you were trying to demonstrate to your audience, why put up Peach's personal information as the thumbnail?
Her personal information?
Yeah, like her legal name.
Do you mean the screenshot of her Facebook post as the thumbnail?
Yeah, why do that?
That's not her personal information. That's her public information.
It's still personal information. It's their literal legal name.
Yeah, but it's public. It's actually tied to the Hopeless Peaches account.
Okay, you're focusing on the fact that it's the information. What I'm trying to get at is it doesn't serve the purpose to inform your community by having a thumbnail truly relevant to the video.
Yeah, I just put a random image on there, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, it kind of puts a hitch in your giddy up if you're trying to get out what you say is the truth about a situation.
Not really. It didn't really hinder the performance of the video or the reception of it.
Do you really think anybody would look at that and assume it's what that's about?
No, I think the entire point wasn't to clickbait people, listen to my fucking sad story and finger my sad pussy. The entire point was for people to come in and listen to the context of the situation.
Okay, but
so it really did its job. If people came in and listened to the video and it was received well, it didn't matter how vague the title was or what the thumbnail was.
It's just a small criticism. Also, one smaller one. Please proofread. The reason why I lost my mind when we were looking at the video talking about consequences, you butchered the word consequences, my man, as well as the word incident. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Okay, so
I had to, it was a lot of speedrun editing. I spent most of my time just gathering my receipts and like fucking plotting out the video.
Okay, so okay, so here's what I wanted to talk more in depth about. So you had a discussion with Neff.
Oh no!
On the 20th of March.
I've been waiting for this one. Actually, I'm excited for this one because I think this is so dumb.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Sarah, you asked me if I was gonna bring it up. So, okay. So
I was waiting for it.
Okay, are you aware that call's been released?
Which one?
The one you had with Neff.
Yeah, I'm the one who released it.
No, Neff did first.
No, I gave it to him, and I also it was released. It was released as unlisted, and the only reason I didn't publish it publicly is because he was back to respond, like speak for himself. Okay. Actually, I explained to Sarah. I think Sarah can corroborate this. I explained to Sarah that if Neff didn't come back and defend himself, I was just going to drop that. I was going to drop that call publicly and leave it be. And the only reason I was even like going to do that is because I thought, yeah, there's clearly two sides to the story. I don't like how Sarah's approach is to sort of just tell me what to think and not really give me anything to like cross-reference with.
I've been right the whole time.
Can I
yeah, I know. Hindsight is 20/20. Fuck you.
Well, it's Kumo. You watch Sarah's video. You listen to this man literally blame Zavaya for being in his dreams. And you think he's sane?
I actually didn't pay attention to those parts. I didn't think it was actually necessary to listen to like highlights of his worst moments to like for the point to be proven. What I wanted to be proven was like the overarching narrative, and that wasn't there. Like don't get me wrong, like I thought he was a little weird. Like I was skeptical of him the entire time, but there's two sides to the story, and when I'm only being provided one that's extremely like geared towards attacking him rather than explaining what the fuck went on, it's like hard for me to like dude, I grew up in a house in like in the most important years of my childhood, being abused and watching my own mom get abused. I am naturally inclined to believe the woman whenever anyone makes any claims of abuse or domestic abuse. That's like instantly where my heart is at when I hear those things. There's no bone in my body that didn't want to like believe Zavaya or Sarah. Okay, let's just get that out of the way.
Then
what do you mean?
In the video, you're essentially dragging down, saying that you know Sarah's not being truthful. I have an entire
that was my perception.
Okay, so I'll run through some of these things here. At 48:35, you mentioned that Crystal's dating Water Dorito because people are whores. Water Dorito's great. Like I don't know why you think it's
I don't care. Like actually, I've also stated this publicly. I made cuts to that call because there was so much I didn't know, and it was very like I think you're missing the point that like I said I was speculating in those a lot of the things you probably mentioned.
I thought we were talking about Neff.
We are. Yeah. This is the Neff call. Can I get to it, please?
Yeah, but what does Water Dorito have any like? What does my speculation about people I didn't know anything about at the time have to do with it?
I mean, I could get on with it if you let me.
Yeah, please.
Here's where I was talking about transphobia because you call him a troon needlessly.
Yes,
57 minutes. At 57 minutes. So you pointed out that me getting on to Jibs about their sexuality was a problem, but you did the same thing in conjunction with Neff at the 57-minute mark.
What'd you say? Where the 52nd mark or the 57?
57-minute mark.
57-minute mark. What did I say?
You were going on about Jibs' sexuality and about lesbians. You did the same thing.
I stated I was speculating, and it actually had nothing to do with like what Jibs' sexuality was. It was speculation because like, and actually I spoke to Jibs about this, is because Jibs had a +1 and when I spoke to Jibs and Sarah, it like things seemed very cryptic and vague, and there was a lot of like code naming going on. So I was like, is there like some weird is there some weird like poly relationship or love triangle going on? I was like, is that maybe why, is that like possibly a motive as to why these people hate each other so much? It was speculation, and actually I wasn't speculating about that to demean someone's sexuality in the same manner as you were not only speculating but like debating Jibs on his sexuality as a lesbian over the fact that he was groomed by Joshua Vita. Those aren't really the same.
So moving
And
on
not to mention, I was talking about Jibs behind his back, whereas you were confronting Jibs about this one-on-one. And Jibs gave me an anecdote that this went on for a year, by the way.
Anyways, at 106:23, I want to clear up something here. You claimed that Peaches and Lumi were back in Senate as of March 20th, 2024. What are you talking about?
If I got that wrong, like whatever, who cares? It was a call in private.
The call was on 3/20/20. That was 2 days after they nuked the server. Like, how did you get that
2 days
wrong?
after they nuked the server?
Yeah, after they did their coup
Okay,
attempt.
well, I don't really care about the particulars. It was a private call. It happened at like buttfuck o'clock in the morning. If you can see the time in the corner, I don't know if you can. I'm not going to hold myself to a standard that I have to like remember exactly everything while I'm just chatting shit with someone I don't know.
That's fair. But what I will hold you to is you are extremely critical of Sarah's videos. There's not a single ounce of criticism you are throwing towards Nif in this call at all. Like none.
Yeah, why am I going to sit here and... No, actually, there was plenty of criticism, actually. But, like, I wasn't, like, jumping down his throat, if that's what your issue is. And that's because I wanted information out of him. I'm not going to jump down his throat and, like, potentially scare off this guy who already seems off-putting.
Hold on. I'm not assuming that you should jump down his throat. I'm saying that sometimes to get information out of somebody, being critical of them and seeing how they respond can sometimes give you good information.
Also, earlier in the call, which I wish you would have acknowledged, earlier in the call, I did ask him for receipts on like everything he was stating.
Speaking of which, I do need to get together with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you a couple things here because you probably weren't aware there were some things he did lie to you about. So I want to bring that up.
I've already discussed it with him.
You don't. Yeah. I don't think you're discussing what I'm discussing, to be 100% with you. At 129.50, real quick, Kumo, have you seen Turkey Tom's videos on Tipster?
No, I don't really like Turkey Tom's content, so I can't say I've watched much of it.
Okay. The reason I asked that is because in those videos, he talks about how Database and him are back in communication again, and he lied to your face saying they don't talk after he quit, because that happened after he quit commentary. Let's see here.
Wait, I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, I did. I do
find
it funny
when it comes to Neff. I just want to see like a cohesive, well-made video responding to him and calling him out.
Yeah, I've been waiting on hitting the upload button for a while.
Yeah, that's been like Sarah can attest to, like, that's been like my issue, and I've been repeating that ad nauseum like a broken record.
Okay, so I want to try to get through some of these. Did you really take at face value that "Bathe in My Milk" is some in joke and only we would know it when it's all over my channel?
Yeah, how is that exclusive?
It's not, because
I've never heard "Bathe in My Milk" outside of like your sort of Senate or Barrel or like whatever community. I've never heard it outside of this context, so it kind of seems like an inside joke in a niche.
Well, the thing is, it's not an inside joke if it's public. And
just because it's published doesn't mean it's not niche. So like I was under the perception that it was niche, and that's kind of what I mean by inside.
Yeah, this was actually in our conversation. Like it's been in multiple videos. Like
it's funny.
Both of our channels.
I love that commercial. I'm gonna do more. You also say I have your docs? What?
Yeah, actually. You should have possession of it, considering what there's actually I don't think you want to talk about that point, because that's gonna drag out like really far if you want to divulge into that.
Here, let me just do this instead. I have no clue where you live. I didn't call anybody on you. And if I was going to call the police to harass somebody, why would it be you and not the plethora of literal child predators I've had to deal with?
Because in your video you alluded to the fact that if you did have it, you would. And so I figured maybe because like you couldn't justify it. This is actually where I'm at now with it. I think maybe because you couldn't justify it to a mass of people that you doxed me because I'm not a child predator or whatever, that like you wouldn't admit to it publicly if you did. So I can't really give you that sort of benefit of the doubt, especially when you said that if you did have it, you would.
But I would call and make a police report.
You also said you would have plastered it up on the video if you had it.
I would have put your name out there because I've done it with other people. And here's the fun thing.
No, you specifically said you would have said it throughout the video.
I would have said that I had your docs. I don't. And more importantly, I didn't even know what your name was until I watched Neff's video, Kumo. I literally had no clue what your name was. I have
he
no
put my name
clue
out
where
there?
you live. You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you mentioned your name multiple times in this video.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But well, Lio, the reason I say that is like, and I don't really buy it that you're saying you don't have it, because you Peaches and Endo bullied Call Me Nil for all of his logs, and in those logs contained my docs info. So reasonably, like I've been very careful. Like that's an after the fact. If I said it in the recording with Neff, that's an after the fact statement. But like it is objectively true that you did solicit. You did solicit some like things that contained that information, and Nil confirmed to me he gave you the chats that contained my personal info. So I was actually I was well within reason, and not only that, Nil is the one who like suggested it might have been you.
Hold on. There's only one person who has those chats, and it's not even me, Kumo.
It's Endo.
And we did. No, it's not even Endo, and we don't. We didn't bully Nil.
Actually, I would heavily contest that, Lio. Like considering you guys were blaming Nil for all of the shortcomings and all the failures of the Necopon case, when it was sort of a collective effort that fucked it over.
No, I blame more than just Nil.
Yeah,
I
see,
blame Mongrel.
I blame Mongrel. I also blame Endo.
Yeah, I can certainly agree to that, having looked back at some things. But the thing is, like, do you know why I had that call with Nil?
I know why you had the call, but what happened in the call and like the things that were also discussed in that call were like not really related to why you had it, if I remember correctly.
Well,
I'm sure
no,
you won't deny that.
Well, no, like that they were all related to why we had that call. Nil's the one that wanted the call. Nil's also the one that asked me to put out there.
True, but I also don't like. I also like it's bullying because like it was weaponized against Nil that he A-logs things. When all of us knew that Nil had brain damage, was schizophrenic, has attempted suicide multiple times, countless times, and that Call Me Nil, and that like Call Me Nil wasn't right in the head. We all knew that, right? And then Peaches is sitting.
Hold on, real quick.
We're rating him and weaponizing her mental health, saying that he couldn't possibly care about mental health because when he was trying to comfort her, he was A-logging her, knowing that he A-logs everyone.
Well, there's still some issues there, but more importantly, like you're acting like we had Nil gave all their files. All we asked for were the files that they had on Necopon. So I don't know where that's coming from.
I'd have to go back and get the exact clip, but I do recall you guys asking for all of it. And in turn, he gave you guys. Not only that. One of the chats that did pertain to Necopon technically was that group chat that like contained my personal info.
Well, if it's there, the person who has it has not seen it and certainly not forwarded it to me. So.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, I never even like publicly accused you of it. It was other people who've also, and they've also been very careful with the language that it's just speculation and they think it's you. Because like reasonably speaking, there was nobody else that hated me enough, and there was nobody else that could have possibly obtained my personal info because I'm very careful and very protective of my anonymity. And even if I like leaked my name after the fact in that call that I uploaded, then yeah, that's like my bad, but that doesn't change the point made in the call.
The problem is the speculation isn't based on reality, and I hate to tell you this, but there's other people who could have messed with you too. And
well, who were Nil's logs passed to?
They were passed to somebody who would not use them against you like that. I'm not going to give you the name of the person. They're a private individual. Because they're a private individual.
But they're a private individual who has my info, so.
Okay, you don't
have to. Okay, if you don't name drop them on stream, can I know privately who they are?
Perhaps, but here's the thing, Kumo. When Nil said what group chat that was, I asked this person, "Do we have those logs?" And they said no. There is no log under that.
Nil stated that he gave you guys that group chat.
Okay, that doesn't. You just literally talked about how Nil has brain damage. Don't think Nil.
Yeah, but I'm not going to selectively weaponize that against Nil. I haven't once selectively weaponized that against
I'm saying like Nil may not be accurate is what I'm getting at, Kumo. Nil's made mistakes like that before. I'm not saying it's malice. I'm saying they probably just don't remember exactly what they sent.
Okay, well, Nil was very confident in telling me, and said that was one of the ones he forwarded to you. So if that's on Nil, then I guess that's on Nil. I genuinely believe Nil, considering like there's no other way someone would have got my fucking home address to send the cops to my house to harass me.
Speaking of that, if I had your home address and sent the cops to you, why wouldn't I give them your name?
Because inherently having my home address doesn't mean you would know my full name.
It does actually, because all I have to do is put it into the freaking white pages or Intellius, and it will tell me every single
No.
person who lived there.
Actually, Lio, I wish you wouldn't make those points because I'm not even on the white pages.
You don't think you are?
No, I'm actually not. As of, I mean, the last time I checked was when I was 19, but I'm not on the white pages.
Comes the sponsorship of Delete Me sponsorship right here.
Right?
Yeah, actually, that's another thing, Lio, is you can request to have your information removed from like
You
sites
can.
like the white pages.
You
But
can,
even
but it
so,
doesn't mean
even so, when I checked back in like 2023, I was not on the white pages.
All
I
right,
actually
have you
bought a
checked-
subscription.
Yeah, have you checked Intellius, People Finder, Been Verified, all these other sites too?
Yeah, I'm not on there. You actually can't
might
even
wanna
find me. If you know my name, you couldn't even find my Facebook through Google. You'd have to search me up through Facebook, like, and then scroll down. I've been very prective of my personal
You're
info.
20. Why do you have a Facebook?
For family.
We have 30 minutes now.
Are we?
We'll go about the rest.
Oh, we have one.
We'll go over the rest. We'll go over the rest of this later. But there is one thing I do want
Yeah.
to state. That's not related directly to Kumo
Are we still
here.
talking about Neff?
Yes, but not directly related to you.
Okay.
So it's cool. You can sit back on
Okay.
this one. There is one thing Neff did say that is true, and I'm going to put this out here, and it's going to cause panic. But whatever. While it was not sent to the people that Neff claimed in this call, Zavia did share some of Neff's nudes apparently, and I wasn't aware of that until recently, and that's not okay. So, Neff, I know is going to be listening to this because that's who Neff is. Neff, I had no clue about that, and if I did, I would have kicked out Zavia earlier. I don't know why you think I hate you, but I don't. Not over that. I think you're a creep and a weirdo who is a stalking freak, but I'm not out here hammering at you. One more thing real quick. This one is directed to Kumo. Why in the world did you ever think that script he gave you had anything to do with me?
Actually, he had a really convincing point, counterpoint to you guys saying it doesn't even sound like you.
Go on.
He said that the script he gave me, or he showed me, and we read the metadata, so we saw the date on it, and it is as old as he says it is. It's exactly how Sarah opened the video. Like it's pretty much verbatim what Sarah said in the intro. Now,
Okay.
I will leave room for like maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe Sarah has a consistent way of opening videos.
I do.
Okay.
You ever also?
But
ever
it
thought
was
that maybe
almost
you-
verbatim the exact same. Like some words were changed, but it was almost verbatim. The way you opened
I
the
do
Neff
go
video.
in depth in my response, like talking about that particular script.
Okay.
It's really fucking stupid.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
don't get me
especially-
wrong. I understand the talking point that like, oh, Lio doesn't cuss. You know, I was like, yeah, you know what, that is kind of weird.
It's not only that; it's the fact that like it's framed as if it's a Lio video, but Lio was never going to talk about the subject. It was going to be me.
That
Like
and
the title of the script that he gave you said like it went along the accountability and responsibility. I don't do that. That's on Lio's channel.
And whenever I do things like that, it's about people in my circle. Neff's never been in my circle. And on top of that, like, if Neff is the owner of that doc, Neff can edit whatever he wants and you won't know, regardless of metadata. The easiest way to prove it, send me the link and I'll open it up live and show you I don't know.
Yeah, I wish he did have the link. That was something that did bother me.
Wait, he never
But
had
I
the
do
link?
recall seeing from the metadata, it is as old as he says it is, though. So unless like there's a conspiracy that he's been plotting this shit for so long, I don't know.
What I can tell you is that he knew I was going to do something eventually because Zavia told him a year and a half ago around a year ago when it happened. So
Well, I also need to like point out, like I don't really like this notion that like people think I like agreed with everything or that like I was in support of him. Like I keep saying, I wanted Serafina's video to be good. Like I wanted to have a reason to just like fucking make fun of him.
wasn't wrong.
Fuck you, it's hindsight.
Wasn't wrong.
Fuck you, it's hindsight. But like
Yeah, okay.
No,
but
like,
if people are
what I
confused-
had to
let me-
go
let me
on
clarify
from what I
this
had
to
to go
everybody
on.
watching. Upload soon. I was right the whole fucking
I'm just saying,
time.
like, from what I had to go on, like, I don't think like all the claims were exactly proven, but I at least agree with the fact that he's like very unhinged and weird. Like, I agree entirely. Like before, I thought
only
there was
showed you
room
half
for
of
him to be a little normal, but like I've seen firsthand, he's very.
I only showed you half of what I have. I have so much more.
I know.
Alright, it sounds like we're all happy kumbaya.
Okay, anyway.
It's over.
Yeah.
Okay, just as a last thing, just the last thing. I rarely respond to chat, but Nathan, on a massive call with a load of people, maybe don't spam in chat that you're going to report the stream and video. Maybe that's a fucking stupid thing to do. Shut the fuck up.
Nathan.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Why are you on Beckett's channel if you don't like his streams, you weirdo?
Shut the fuck up, Nathan.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, I don't ban people from my chat, but like, fucking, you're the one fighting for some fucking reason. So shut the fuck up, okay?
Okay, well, can I?
What?
Well, you are the other
Can I
half of
ban
Corpus
them?
Steve Monstrous.
Jesus Christ.
No, all right. Are you done? Are you done?
Shut up, Nathan.
Okay, well, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can, however, move to the Outback if you would like to answer questions, Kumo. Please.
Oh, whole shit. Wait, no. Vlad wants to. Okay, it's very important. Vlad wants to say one thing.
Oh no.
That's fine. Move to the Outback. It is a free and open VC.
God damn
You
it.
can literally move there. I don't.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing we're doing our Q&A.
I'm sorry, Vlad.
Yes,
portion of the
you
stream,
can
right?
go move over to the Outback. It is a free. And
Okay.
open
You would
space.
you like to join me, Lio, in answering people's questions?
I've actually got stuff I need to do. That's why I can only
okay.
stay for this much longer. I'm trying to send you a doggone friend request, but it's stuck on the caption.
Oh.
Give me
Oh, hold on. I think. Oh, never mind. It's not you. Okay.
Sorry,
Asuka
Vlad,
sent
I
me a
tried.
friend request. What the fuck?
Just the last thing as well. Who wins? Kuma at 48%, Low at 5, Chat at 47.
What bullshit?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh well.
Dark fucking
Well,
times.
anyways, I guess to conclude that particular section, I told you so. Anyways.
Hey, fuck you. It's hindsight. I plead the fifth.
Bye.
Anyway, send me a friend request when you can, because it doesn't want to work on my end.
Channel's
Yeah, let me do that right now. I mean, I sent you one like ages ago, but I'll send you another.
Send me another one.
3,
Later.
2, 1.
What was with that stuff where he's like,
robbed again, not enough slurs. I
Where
just
he's
wanted
like-
to correct one thing.
what?
You get nothing, you lose.
Yeah, though all I wanted to say was that everybody who enters my server knows fully well that it's a fucking shithole, right? Like, it's an autistic fucking shithole where we call each other slurs and shit. And yes, we threaten to fucking rape people because it's fucking funny. And if you don't fucking know that, you deserve to be raped by a fucking pack of rabid niggers. Okay?
Oh my God.
Everybody fucking
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Fucking
Let's
hell.
bed now!
Fuck's sake. Can you get your
Anything about your
shit
server?
together?
No,
Fuck me.
it's just that both
The
of
beta
both.
brush thing happened in Vlad's server. That's
Yes, and if you don't know that,
okay,
you
got
weren't
it.
paying attention. Like, Jesus Christ.
Also,
like, everybody was acting like my server was like fucking Jolly La La Land. Like,
Part
no,
of-
like.
Part of the sexual harassment is having it be pervasive. If it's pervasive, then it can constitute as sexual harassment. If it happens one time, it's not sexual harassment.
I mean,
Like,
to
get
be
over
fair,
it.
Kumo said 4 different things to him. He's like, Beta, we're gonna sound you with a screwdriver, Beta. We're gonna shove ice cubes in your asshole, Beta.
Oh, that's really hot.
That's
Alright,
No.
bring it down. I don't want
Some people
anyone
pay
getting
for that
hot
treatment.
shot.
God damn it, Joe.
Also, I think it's hilarious that Lio is sitting here virtue signaling and saying, "Oh, well, Kumo, I'm sorry. I empathize you for what happened to you. You
Yeah,
literally
really turning up the narc charm there.
You literally weaponized the self-harm situation in your addressing things video. So it's like, I don't care about your empathy. I don't care how sorry you are. You're just virtue signaling. That's it.
Also, just as a random aside, if you have image perms, you're just gonna keep your image perms.
I do want to ask you, Kumo, do you feel like you got what you needed from that call?
Not the first half.
I wasn't here then.
Kumo?
I think
Kumo?
he's distracted. Is he there?
Kumo?
Kumo, wake up.
Kumo?
Kumo.
Kumo's dead.
Kumo?
Kumo's dead.
Kumo?
Where are you?
Kumo.
Okay, well, anyways, Beckett, do you want to play later?
I've got a fucking I am Alex stream. Yeah, no, I mean I might have a bit of time. Just very quickly as well. From the real Smash Bandicoot, Cope and Seethe make the normies see dong. Thanks for the 2, Smash Bandicoot. But Lio didn't even get to hear it. Boogie for 5. The only way Lio can redeem himself is he takes down Cryax. Also, welcome to Bloodsports, folks. Thanks very much for all the support, guys. Very appreciated. Also, fuck you, Nathan. Don't don't be a dick. Enla, do you feel Enla? How's actually got a question for you? Are you gonna reach out to Lio then if he says his DMs are open?
I have nothing to reach out to him about. If I have a question for him, I'll ask.
Lio's the one that has problems with Enla. Why should she reach out? Because he has problems with her.
I'm just asking the fucking question. I'm just asking the fucking question.
I don't have no problems with him.
Answer. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have any problems with him. I'm just critical of him, and I genuinely believe he's a narcissist, so I have no reason to try and argue with him about anything. If he has a problem with me, again, my DMs are open. I still don't know what issue he has with me, so he's more than welcome to tell me.
The issue that he has with you is that you criticized him. That's the issue. Anybody
it's more than that, Leia.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, anybody that criticizes Lio, he automatically just has an issue with. You can't criticize Lio. Can't make videos about him.
Whoa.
Queen, I have a question.
Yes.
Since we're in a public forum, have you? I was told by Neff that you guys are sending pizzas to him.
No.
In my name. Is this true?
No.
Okay.
What the fuck?
What the
fuck? I didn't.
Sorry, I'm back.
I figured I figured I would ask publicly so everyone knows.
Yeah, I mean, I've shared with you like only some. By the way, I've only shared with you like a couple of snippets. Like, you know, when he said like he has my address, and then he said I'm gonna get swatted, but it was gonna be Zavia swatting me. It's really fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like how people are very loose with doxes in the art commentary community, and it's from what I'm finding, it's both Neff and Zavia that are both doing the same thing, and I just wish that they would just leave each other alone.
The thing about it is, though, is that, again, like I'm able to demonstrate that almost every single thing he said in his video can either be contradicted or is just a straight up lie, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not the ones, you know, posting I think we're up to 40 hours. I think I'm up to 40 hours worth of, you know, schizo posting in the emails and shit that, again, I haven't shown most of it. It's fucking insane. You've only seen portions of it. We haven't done any of that. Nothing. It's only been him.
That maybe you should have made your first video properly then, Wade, so people don't get the wrong idea.
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I didn't think I needed to show more. Because he
you needed to.
My thing is that he admitted it from the start. That's my problem.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was like, Lamau, I was just mad, bro.
If he so he admitted to things from the start, but they're not the same things that you're like accusing him of. Like, it's different when he admits he did XYZ but not ABC, you know? And so because he's given more to us than you have in terms of like context by that point, it was much easier for us to be like, yeah, he seems to be the more honest party here. But like never once was it anything about like never once was it like any of us were like taking him 100% for his word. I think you saw, Sarah, we had a whole stream dedicated to making fun of him for gooning the fucking Genshin Impact. Like it wasn't the like it wasn't the finger Neff sad pussy content. It was like we want to get to the bottom of this.
So it was very obviously he was showing us that shit in retaliation against Zavia. Like that's how it came.
Yeah, that's literally what we saw it as.
So I will say
let me say something to somebody
yeah,
who
go
tagged
ahead.
me. I'm not going to upload the video until his court hearings are done, which he claims that he's not going to. You know, the charges that don't actually exist. No, he has a court hearing soon for that.
So
Okay.
I will side
Wait,
with
he
Sarah.
said that he's not showing up to his court hearings. Is that what you
Yes.
said?
So you know how he changes his.
That's how you
about-
get arrested.
Yeah, that's
You know how he changes his
luck.
about page to something different like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those, he says, "I'm not showing up. I have work that day."
Yippee.
And I'm like, isn't it like law that like an
you are
employer
like by law required to show up.
Yeah. So I mean, it's in. I'm not gonna say what it is, but yeah, he said he's not going. But yeah, no. After that court hearing and a little bit of what comes after that, then I'll upload it. I've had it ready for a while. I've just been chilling. I've been doing other shit.
Yeah, I can't wait to fucking see it because, like I said, I like my take from before when you and I called 1-on-1 hasn't changed. I'm expecting to see some truth in the middle. It was never like, oh yeah, I'm gonna defend Neff.
Yeah, no, I mean, as for
he
him,
actually,
like,
ironically enough, in his like schizo post, he was like, and I hate how I'm talking about him, but
Just to clarify,
he
because
said I was being like a centrist, and then he starts bitching about how I'm like picking sides apparently. So
well, yeah. So I mean, he
I
posted,
get what you
what was
mean.
it, like enlightened centrist or whatever that?
Yeah.
he posted.
just to clarify for people in the chat, no, we've completely moved off of Leo. We're now talking about Neff. Also, what the fuck does this mean, Leia? You didn't send pictures of my dog Dick Lord from Smash Bandicoot. The fuck does that mean?
Somebody sent me a picture of someone's dog in my Twitter DMs and asked that I send it to Rin. I don't feel comfortable sharing pictures that people send of me to Rin specifically, so I'm not going to do it.
Okay,
I
cool.
will say a couple more things, but yeah, Leia, like, no, we're not, we're not sending pizzas to his address. Like, in fact, some weird things, like some of the emails that he was claiming was Zavaya. Like, me and Zavaya are sitting in call, like we're writing our script or whatever, and then I start getting tagged by people on Twitter. I guess like from Kumo's group, like, oh, like, why are you guys sending these? Why are you guys sending these? Why are they sending these?
I don't remember doing that. I don't
Like,
remember directing anyone.
No.
That's
I'm not
me.
saying you're
That's me. I
directing
take full
anybody.
responsibility, and I will take
I'm
that
not-
down.
Yeah.
That's my L.
And I'm like, we're in the middle of a call, like writing our script, and like in real time, people are saying that we're sending emails and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Somebody get your man out of my emails. Shit's mad annoying.
Yeah.
I
But yeah,
saved
no,
the-
we're not doing any of that shit.
Yeah,
Make sure
I
you get
saved the
screenshots
group-
going. Bye bye.
I saved the group chat and there's a specific receipt of Pizza Hut and it says, "Thanks, Leah, your order will be delivered soon." And then somebody supposedly sent a picture or a pizza to Neff where it says Leah sure is something in the delivery instructions. So I kind of knew the answer, but I had to ask because we're both publicly here. So
Yeah.
and you guys were already talking about Neff. So I just figured I would ask.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just it's weird shit like that happens all the fucking time. Like he has like, you know, his obsession with creepy for a while and other people like unfortunately like there is some things in my response that I have to keep certain people in honest because again he's done this to other people who are so fucking afraid of him they're too afraid to even speak to him. That's how fucked up it is, right? It's just it's a fucking mess.
Also,
So-
I will say it doesn't help Lio that he just randomly brings up Tom associating with database because Tom, like Turkey Tom and database's relationship has nothing to deal with Lio.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
he
I
really
don't-
didn't want people to associate his name with that script that was being brought up,
Yeah,
don't
I
talk
agree with
about
that.
Turkey Tom.
It's because
with
Lyle
database.
it's because Lyle watches Tom and he that was something that he brought up to me. Like he noticed that.
Yeah.
Does Tom? Does Lio dislike Tom?
I have no idea.
I think so.
I don't like my thing with Tom is like number one,
Clash
like
of
I
the
don't even
Toms.
think Tom knows any of the shit is going on, nor does he like I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's because like Susie.
It's irrelevant. That's why I hate that stupid little script that he keeps bringing up so much. Like, why on earth, like the logistical nightmare of bringing up all 5 of those people named, including him, would be a fucking nightmare, right? I couldn't do that. It's beyond stupid, right?
But I just want to say, yeah, sorry for spurging, but the thing that's frustrating is that I was listening to KUMO and Lio discuss my server, specifically the shit that happened with
did I
Beta
get something
Brush.
wrong?
With Beta Brush. No, it's that
That's my name.
it's that
Beta Brush.
like nobody involved like bothered making the point that it happened A in my server, and B, nobody that goes into that server does so thinking it's some like jolly la la land where none of that would ever happen. And some of the people that were like I know that I told Beckett ahead of time, like, you probably wouldn't want to enter my server. It's like unhinged spurgery, right? I believe I said something akin to that. Yeah, and then with Monstrous is like in my server and has probably heard a lot of that unhinged shit. So the point I'm making here is that it's just mildly frustrating because like Lio should know fully well that that kind of shit happens in my server, but nobody bothered to make that point.
I didn't think to make that point. My bad.
There was other points where Lio is saying that you can't argue his intention because you don't have proof of intentionality, which I do agree. It's very hard to prove intention, especially when you're not that person. But in return, Lio, in the same argument, tries to prove your intention with the self-harm stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
Not even in the same argument. It's like the Lio is arguing intention from KUMO's side of how he's painting Lio. Like, again, it's why that the whole first like 30 minutes of this was admittedly hilarious, but incredibly frustrating to listen to. So it's sort of just, yeah, like this is why from both Sarah and I were trying to move it off of that, because it was just looping into a wall. And it's whatever. Yeah, it is. Fine. Yeah.
We're still streaming.
Oh, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I don't fucking, I don't care. It's fine. Life, whatever.
The Texas statute that he likes to quote, please post it on Twitter because I'd like to see what statute you're looking at for you to get that legal argument that you have to report a crime if you know about it in the state of Texas. And if it applies to internet crimes, I'd like to know. But that's it.
Yeah, I actually tried to shut that down. Like, hey, I don't really care about your armchair interpretation of the law.
He's most likely interpreting it wrong, but I have to see what statute he's looking at in order for me to understand that he is.
I'll buy Beckett some beans.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe and donate. Okay. Does anyone have any questions for KUMO? Well, we're still
my turn. It's me.
Wait, did Lio leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course Lio left. He always leaves.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
That makes
KUMO.
sense.
I have a question.
Yeah, I'm down to play Buckshot Roulette. What's up?
KUMO, I have a question for you.
What?
What was the inspiration behind your videos?
Enla. Is that Enla?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Strangle you.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know who that was. They just left.
Yeah, crazy.
It's Grippy.
Does it squirt?
Oh, fuck it. I'm going to keep getting DM this one. This is from Beavers, KUMO. I am not avowing. I don't care. But can you ask KUMO if he is a homosexual? There you go. Fucking audience from Beavers.
Mind your business.
Oh yeah, Beavers.
Why is Beavers like this?
Beavers was asking in the chat earlier if KUMO had any examples of anyone calling him a pedophile.
Oh
or
yeah,
equating him
yeah.
to
If
a
he wants it, I can go get it. But it was very apparent when especially when things were first popping off that people were insinuating that they were this young innocent girl, and then even people recently were oh, you made an underage girl this, that, the third. It's all really.
Which was one of the only things that Lio was willing to correct. That people were saying is that the person was underage. She wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, KUMO.
I would like to
What's up,
state
bud?
that I was one of the people that was told that it was KUMO and an underage girl and not someone who was the same age as him.
Oh, hold on. There's a question from the real Smash Bandicoot. Kumo, what's your favorite color?
Oh, that fucker! I was gonna ask that. God damn it!
Oh, I see. We have a Sunny Call fan. Okay. I like blue.
What's your favorite color?
Not the time, Sonny.
Aww, this felt like an interrogation.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. Beckett, do you actually want to play later? Or...
I've got stream at 10. What time is it now? 8.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck it. We can play a bit.
Yeah. Fuck it, we ball.
Cool. Right, okay. Well, if Sarah's bouncing, I'm going to bounce as well. Kumu, well done. Fucking... I don't care what the polls say. Chat always wins. Cool, right.
Chat always wins!
Chat always wins.
I won.
Well done, buddy. Right.
Come on, chat. Let me have this one, chat.
Nuh-uh.
Come on, chat. God damn it.
Oh yeah, we can't wait for fucking Gilded versus Ephron. That's gonna be so much fun. And
oh my god,
it's gonna be so good.
I am intentionally going to drag it out because of you people.
Yes. Good.
It's gonna be so hard to listen to.
Right. Now, guys,
Make sure you drag him.
Okay. Fucking Jesus Christ. Fucking isn't Jesus. Rarg. Who the fuck is DMing me? I've already gone. You can't send me questions now. You had all fucking night. Who am I gonna raid you to? I need to raid you guys to somebody. Let me find somebody. I will be on Now Recording later. Doing Now Recording things. So that'll be a thing. See, I'm still alive. I survived. It's always nice. Give me a second. What's Kumo doing? Oh, okay. He's doing some fucking more I Am Alex shit, isn't he? Okay, cool. Thank you all for the support as always. You know it is appreciated, and I think you're all fucking great. If something else comes up that's interesting, we will deal with it and watch it and do the things with the stuff. It'll be great. I love it. Sorry, Becca, I stopped watching the stream every time started assumed it ended with debate. They killed it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't listen, mate. I never get mad at you. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't fucking care. Yeah, like, subscribe, support, all that shit. I will be around again Thursday at the latest, but the I Am Alex stuff is really kicking off. So we'll see. I'm going to send you to Queenman, as I say. Fuck, I'm looping because I'm tired. The NR stream's going to be interesting, Jesus. Yeah, fuck off and have a good night. Right, thanks guys.